Well, we're experts, of course.
We're experts here at the Display Shelf Podcast.
We know
We're
ball,
experts.
of
We know
course.
Like and
ball.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe for more ball knowing.
And hello again, and welcome back to the Display Shelf Podcast. This is episode 13, where the boys are going to be talking about the Infinity Saga and give a little bit of a retrospective. My name is Garrett. I am here on the left side of your screen, joined by in the middle, Isaac.
Hello, hello. Welcome back, or welcome in if this is your first episode of the Display Shelf Podcast.
Indeed.
Pleasure to have you.
And on the right side of the screen is Jacob.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you guys and our lovely listeners here.
Indeed. Welcome. If you have been here before and have noticed that the schedule has been a little bit weird, we apologize. Some production changes have happened and we're kind of moving back to what we were doing before. So, yeah.
Back to
that's
your
pretty much
regularly
it there.
scheduled programming.
Yeah, but the draft episode was fun, so
It's a lot of fun. So if you missed
did a
it due
little
to the irregularities of the schedule, please go back and watch it because I had a blast. And I would tell you what, I was listening to it earlier at work. It's a fun episode. Go get a
it
listen.
is a fun one. It was a fun one.
One of our best works to date, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Indeed.
That too.
You'll understand if you're older.
That,
By that, I
was
mean-
pretty funny. But as
Yeah.
I said, we are going to talk about the Infinity Saga and all of the movies in it. We're also going to talk a little bit about wrestling. There's been some developments that we kind of want to make mention of. But before we do that, we act like we're a toy podcast. So let's talk about some toys. And we're going to start off with Jacob. What did you collect this week? I just hit my elbow on the desk.
Ouch. You know, what a better way to start the collection check-in when saying that I have nothing that I've collected. So it's a perfect way to start. I will say that I have been checking now that I think about it, I've been checking frequently at Walmart, and they seem to have a good steady supply of cards there nowadays in the back aisles. I went there 1 week and they had a full stock, and then the week I came back 2 weeks later and they had some of that stock still left over, which was kind of surprising. There were still 2 Elite Trainer boxes of what is the set? With the Pikachu, with the Terra.
Surging Sparks.
Yes, that's the one.
Good
They
set.
had that still, surprisingly. They had some of those third-party mystery boxes where, like, you get 5 packs in a box. And it's like, you could get a vintage base set 1 pack, but you won't. One of those kind of things. And then they also had a couple of the Pokeball tins, which those are kind of cool. They have some cool cards in them, or cool packs. But I decided to pass them up for now, but I'm sure I'll eventually get them. I'm just kind of waiting for the new sets to start showing up more often. That'd be great. I also have a Disney Plus now, so that's just huge. It's not really a toy, but it's like endless supply of happiness. Having all the Star Wars and Marvel at my disposal now, that I can now be caught up.
Recurring billing.
Yes,
So
I
did
can
that-
now be. Oh, go ahead.
Did that come with your Hulu or?
Yeah, it was only a $1 extra charge when
That's
I
not bad.
had Spotify already at Hulu, so I was like, okay, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll take it, and I'll use it up and get as much as I can with what I have. So, and it said it would still be $1 for a couple months, so that's not
Hey,
bad.
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And then I tried. I tried the Oreo, or not the Oreo with the Reese's peanut butter inside, but the Reese's peanut butter cups with the Oreo flavor. That's like kind of the new collab they're doing, where they have like both those things. And it was pretty good. Also, I also wanted to mention they have a Maruchan spicy ramen flavor of Funyuns.
Oh,
Not bad.
that could be good.
Not bad at all. It's kind of like eating. It's like I don't. It's not that often common to eat it, but like, if you ever had like just ramen, like ramen noodles like that are not like completely cooked, and you eat them, it's kind of like that with the seasoning on them. It's pretty good.
Like if you just take a bite of the brick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
We've all done it.
Yeah,
Have we?
guilty.
No,
We've all done this, right?
I
Right, guys?
haven't.
We've all done this.
I haven't. Done
Yeah.
it. Yeah, definitely. Um, that's funny.
This guy's a load of barnacles.
He's eating the brick. Uh,
Well, I'm kind of sad I said that now.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Man,
Good
though, I haven't had Funyuns in a while. Funyuns could be good.
Me neither. Me neither. But it was good. It was good.
There
You know what? I'm
go.
proud of it. I ate the brick.
Be proud of it.
There you go. Well, on that note, Isaac, what have you what have you got for us this week on the old collection check-in?
Well, definitely not a brick of ramen. I'll tell you what.
come
But
on.
I've got a brick load of stuff. I'm gonna edit in a badum-tis sound there.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways,
Oh,
On
wait,
that note-
wait. We might be... Oh, no, I can't do
See,
that from there.
it's,
Never
it's
mind.
too late. The joke's
Yeah.
gone.
Joke's on.
Uh,
Sorry.
So last episode, well now I'm not gonna edit it in. It's just gonna be an awkward piece of moment right there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's almost better that way.
Oh, of course. Editor's style. But last episode, if you listened to it, hopefully you did. I talked about wanting to get the box of the Japanese Pokemon cards because the prices are so much better and, value for money and whatnot. So that's exactly what I did. I bought 2 booster boxes of Mega Symphonia, which
Ooh.
there we go, is the Mega Gardevoir set. There's also a Mega Lucario set, which is pretty cool. But given that Gardevoir is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, not for those reasons. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Which reasons are those?
You'd know if you played Pokemon. We'll
Okay,
just
fair
leave
enough.
it there. Yeah, so I bought 2 boxes of Mega Symphonia. And I pulled some okay stuff. I'll show off some of my big hits here real quick, but the way that Japanese Pokemon boxes work is that you're guaranteed 1 SR rated card or better. So if you're translating that to the English sets, that's a full art or better. So full art, special art, gold, all those ones. But then after that, it's luck of the draw. So my first box, my first SR that I got, and I won't lie, I was a little upset, even though it's a very pretty card. It is called the Mystery Garden. Not sure how well you can see that, but it's a very pretty card.
Oh, it is.
It's true.
I like the highlights of all the silver and whatnot on it. But I was a little upset because I was like, of all the SRs I could get, you could get a Pokemon, you could get a trainer. I got a Stadium. But then a couple packs. No, my last pack of the box, I think it was, I pulled the Mega Obama Snow EX full art, which was pretty neat. So I was happy with that from my first box.
Wow.
And then I moved on to my second box. And about a quarter to a third of the way in, I pulled the full art Rare Candy SR,
Ooh.
Oh.
which is
Okay.
quite pretty. But once again, it's another one of those where it's an item card, and so it's not really what I'm looking for. And given that it was pretty early in my box, I was like, all right, this card's kind of a dud. Or this box is kind of a dud. And I was kind of right because I didn't pull any other SR rated cards, which was kind of a shame because I was really looking for that SR Gardevoir. But luckily, I pulled the SAR Gardevoir, the second best card in the set, worth $100 and some dollars.
Nice.
And it's very pretty, and I'm very happy with it because it was my absolute chase card. So yeah, a little bit happy with my purchase there. At the time, if I was to sell it, it would have paid me back for both boxes.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
But obviously, I'm not going to sell it because, chase card. That's what I was looking for. What I wanted.
Indeed.
So that's
There you
that.
go.
What do you think about I think my favorite part might be the fact that the Mega Pokemon have gold lettering on the card. I think it's sick. The gold lettering.
Oh yeah, it's very pretty. I'm curious to see how that translates to the English set when that comes out here pretty soon. Of course, that
Hopefully it's
booster box is $300, so I'm not gonna buy it. But that's how it goes.
All right.
So
I have
then,
oh, sorry.
oh,
I did not realize that you were not done. I was just gonna say I have a Pokemon question / tip.
okay.
What is a prismatic evolution?
So that's just the name of one of the sets. So
Okay.
Prismatic Evolutions was a set that came out in, correct me if I'm wrong, Jacob, but I want to say January.
Yeah, probably.
It's the Eevee set.
Okay. Our Meyer just put out like a bunch of those.
I got to go to Meyer. We got to cancel the podcast. That set is so hard to find. I'm not going to lie.
They had a
Yeah.
bunch of like the flat I'm not a Pokemon guy, so I don't know what it's called, but it's like the flat boxes with the window. They had a bunch
Okay.
of those.
Booster
That
box?
was Thursday or Friday. So
ETB.
Oh, so they're definitely gone. Gotcha.
yeah, they might be.
Yeah. More than an hour ago, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Pretty much how it goes these days.
Sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
Oh, you're good.
Good to know they exist.
Indeed. Yeah, good to know they're starting to float around a little bit more, because when they first came out, not a chance you were getting them. But yeah, staying on the theme of cards, because why not? I was at the Target yesterday, and they had boxes of Topps Star Wars
Ooh.
2025, which was pretty cool. They're super cool cards, actually, and I've got a couple that I wanted to show off. But I don't think I'm going to be buying another box, simply for the fact that most of the cards are focused on like Andor, the Acolyte, and Skeleton Crew, because most
Yeah.
recent projects and whatnot. But just a few that I thought were cool. I'll only show off a couple here, because there's a couple cool like foil cards and whatnot that I got, but I won't bother to show them off right now just because that would take up too much time, because I've got a lot of other stuff to talk about. So my first pull, and Garrett, you're going to appreciate this one. The first card that I opened,
Ooh.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So that's the one from Ahsoka, all the live action whatnot. And then I pulled this super cool Darth Bane.
Oh, that's... Yo,
Which
is that
is-
based off of Clone Wars?
That's the Clone Wars one, yeah.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then I got this coloring book Yoda,
Oh,
which is, it's even, I don't know if it'll show in detail on the camera, but it's got like the little lettering of where you're supposed to color this color and whatnot.
oh, that's cool.
Wow.
So are
so,
you
yeah,
supposed to
that-
color it in, or...
I mean, probably not, but I guess if you really set your heart to it,
Right.
you
Is it like
probably
a-
could.
Is that like a hit, technically?
Yeah,
Something like that?
yeah, I think that's, now I don't know anything about Topps, I'll be honest.
Right.
I think it's
Other than you
um,
can't find the WWE ones anywhere.
No kidding. But yeah, I think they're parallel cards, or it might just be an insert. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but it's a cool card, so what do I care?
They've got using thing.
One more thing of cards, and then I'll move on to more figure-esque stuff. I didn't know it, but I had to enact my famous, not so famous, famous among us rule of if I see Attack on Titan, I have to get it. Union Arena Attack on Titan is a thing now, apparently.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
That was just at the Target yesterday. And so naturally, I bought the starter deck and 2 packs. As far as I know, I didn't pull anything too crazy, but yeah, those exist now. So there goes my money.
Yeah, they must know you have a role because they keep making new AOT stuff.
There's just new stuff every time. Every episode, there's something new. And to keep theme, there were some new Funkos too that I found of AOT. So
Oh, no.
we have a Connie Springer here.
Oh.
Pretty sweet. And John Kirstein. This man, John Kirstein. I think
John.
this set is based off of season 4. So I'm not going to talk too much about it until Jacob actually sits down and watches the rest of the show. It'll never happen.
I think.
I've been saying that for 2 years, man. Jeez. Something that you have watched, though, and I'm not one for Blu-rays or DVDs or, collecting of that. But when I saw the Chainsaw Man Steelbook at Walmart,
there you go.
kind of had to get it because it's kind of awesome.
Is that all? Wait, is that all released stuff so far?
Yeah, so that's full season 1.
Oh, that's cool. What's that?
Yeah, and it's a slip cover, so the actual, this isn't working very well one-handed, but the actual steelbook doesn't have the blood and stuff on it.
Oh,
which that's why I'm keeping it. Yeah, just the cover thing is the blood on it. So I'm kind of leaving it in the slip cover, just for aura until I actually want to open up the steelbook and watch it.
Yeah, the steelbook is aura farming. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so good. It was the last one on the shelf, and I was like, well,
your new rule. You see any Chainsaw Man stuff? You gotta grab it.
Oh, I hope that's not, because there's so much out there.
There really is
so much Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. The new rule.
Yeah. So I'm almost done. I've got a couple more things, and then I'll pass it on to Garrett. So I was talking not last podcast. It was a few podcasts ago at this point, about how I got the wrong line of Fantastic Four Funkos because we found all 4 of the spacesuit ones.
Yep.
Walmart clutched up twice, actually. Once this week and once last week. I found the Torch, which was the last one I was missing, which is cool because he's actually pretty sweet. Yeah, so there's that. And I didn't even know this one existed. Silver Surfer.
Oh, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Which is sweet.
About that one.
She's on the surfboard, and yeah, I'm happy with that one. And lastly, I've been saving this one for last because I had mentioned to the boys yesterday when I found the Star Wars cards and whatnot at the Target. I was like, yo, look what they have. By the way, I just got an insane find. I have my first, technically not my first, but in my collecting era, first Star Wars Black Series figure.
Oh.
Captain Rex from Ahsoka.
Oh,
it's so good, isn't it?
It's so good. I've been fiddling with it all last night. And as we've been sitting here, it's just been sitting on the floor, and I'm like, oh, I want to
play with it. I want to mess with it. Yeah.
Let me play with it. Yeah, it's so good. I saw it on the shelf. It was the only one there. Our Target doesn't stock.
They don't stock
Black Series at all. We've had the same stuff sitting on that shelf for like months and months at this point. And I just happened to walk by and I was like, that's Captain Rex. Why is he there? I'm taking him, and I'm not kidding you when I say I held him like a football. Like I'm trying to run with a football. I was like, nobody's taking this from me. I'm buying it. So, yeah, that was peak.
No, it's an
And
excellent figure too.
it's so good. I just keep staring at it and I'm like, man, that's so cool.
It really is. My only like kind of little complaint about that figure, because it's sitting in the closet over there, is that the overlay of the armor kind of moves around
It does, yeah, like
on
the
the
knee
torso,
pads.
like the torso.
Oh, the torso too, yeah.
And it might just be on mine. But I took a little bit of blue tack and just stuffed it down in there behind the neckline. Stays.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, it does move a little bit. Yeah, and the knee pads rotate a little bit too loosely in my
Indeed.
experience. But if it's just gonna be sitting there, you know, who cares?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's my collection check-in. Spent more money than I was supposed to, but we found Captain Rex,
That's
so it was worth
usually
it.
how it
Don't we
goes.
all?
Yeah. That's
Don't we
awesome.
all?
I would say I'll keep it short and sweet for next episode, but yeah, we all know I'm lying.
Do we ever? Yeah.
Do we ever? Elite 119's floating around, and I want almost all of them. So
Which one is in 119 again?
119 is Dom, Liv, Braun Breaker,
That's right.
Dexter Loomis, and Ethan Page.
Yeah.
And I want all of them except for Ethan Page.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I need to look for the rest of the latest Ultimates wave, because it's Logan Paul and Bailey. And that could be a good one, but that does bring me to my collection check-in, where the first one that I want to talk about, you can already see a couple of them back here, by the way. But the first one that I want to talk about is indeed WWE Ultimate Edition, my boy CM Punk with the Bret Hart gear, complete with the soft goods hoodie. It's an excellent figure. It's Ultimate Edition CM Punk. It's kind of all you need. I like the addition of the strings on the sweatshirt. Something that I haven't seen with a sweatshirt before.
That's a cool detail.
Action figure. I found that while I was traveling. Which I also found. What else did I find while I was traveling? This guy. I was in a local comic book shop, and I picked up Captain America, the Winter Soldier, from
there you go.
Marvel Comics. So
Nice.
that will be fun once I get caught up with the rest of my reading material, which I think we kind of talked about this last time. I have a problem with buying comic books and books in general, because even before I went traveling, I picked up DC Comics Kingdom Come in the compact comic series, this little smaller printed line. Really like that line, so found that. And believe it or not, I picked up an actual book. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a massive fan of the Allman Brothers Band, and I found this book that's about the making of the album Brothers and Sisters. So I will give that a read at some point. Now,
Sure you will.
I'm sure that I will. Now, last time, and this will kind of bleed into my, I'm actually going to finish the toys before I go into that. From Amazon, Star Wars Black Series Ronin from Star Wars Visions. The lightsaber goes into the sheath. It's down, I'm trying to point there. It is very nice. It is a clean figure. It is going to be really nice to have posed on the shelf. It's a little weird to sit and mess with because it's so, all of this is plastic and it, it gets in the way, but still cool.
Cool indeed.
Also from Amazon, G.I. Joe Classified Series Major Blood. Very cool stuff. Big revolver, and I like that. I went down to Detroit. Yes, I went down to Detroit. Very bold choice. And while I was down there, I went down to Sergeant Red's, which is a toy store in Utica, a subdivision of Detroit, I guess you can call it. I found this guy, Marvel Legends Kingpin,
Ooh.
which was retro carded, but I'm not a carded guy. So they had him for a good price, so I picked him up, and it looks phenomenal. I did buy the Steel Core 2-pack, speaking of G.I. Joe. Just two, a man and a woman, jetpack troopers with cool helmets. We'll see if they end up being custom fodder or what, but still cool. And you can kind of see them here. We've got the Law and Order 2-pack. Here's Law, which is military police. Comes with an Uzi, which is an interesting choice, and then handcuffs, all sorts of stuff. And finally, it's a puppy. It's a good.
Pet that dog.
It is not
no.
focusing, but it is a very well done German Shepherd in 6-inch scale. Can't talk tonight. Meyer came in
Unfortunate, we got
clutch.
a long podcast.
I know, right? Meyer came in clutch and had the rest of this Ultimates wave. We talked about Jay last time. Now we've got Big Jim, who's actually, I won't lie, this is my favorite figure of the line. Or
Oh, yeah?
not of the line, but of the wave. Even over Drew McIntyre from WrestleMania 40 with the little guard things.
The things.
Yeah, those things.
The
I'm gonna
things
set
on his
that there.
arms.
The thingies.
All
The
right.
thingies.
And here's where the fun begins. I went to a comic book
Understood
store
that reference.
the next town over. And I wasn't over there for comic book getting, but I did. And I was like, okay, we kind of talked about it last time. I was reading the Image Comics G.I. Joe. And I wasn't 100% sure about it. And by the end, I was like, I'm feeling more sure about it than I was with Volume 1, which is issues 1 through 6. So I'll see if this local comic book store has Volume 2, which is not out yet. But you know what they do have? The single issues.
There you go.
So
There you
I've
go.
started picking up these single issues of Image Comic G.I. Joe. I managed to get issue 7, issue 8, issue 9, and issue number 10. So there you go.
There you
And
go.
while I was in there, I picked up. Oh, I'm not zoomed in on myself again. This is Superman and Batman from Jeff Loeb, McGinnis and Turner. Does that say Turner? That says Turner. It's another one of those compact comics. Bit of a thick boy. Seemed fun. And then, this is one I do actually want to talk about in terms of what are we watching. Hang on. Really had to place it out of reach, didn't I?
Naturally.
There is a new Batman comic book series that's coming
Oh, that's
out.
right.
So this is actually Batman number 1. And it's really interesting. Like, it's a really short story because, I mean, if this is I don't know how many pages there are, but if it's a 15-page comic, 4 of it is a preview for another line. So it's kind of short, but it's the first adventure of this new Batman, and he's going after Killer Croc, and it's really, I'm not going to spoil it, but the approach that is taken, there is no action sequence.
Interesting.
It is all Batman talking to Killer
Words on a
Croc
page.
and reasoning with Killer Croc. And it's actually really interesting, and I kind of like it. So I am going to keep an eye on that series. So at this point, I go up to the counter and I start making conversation with the guy about the Image Comics G.I. Joe. And I'm like, yeah, I picked up volume 1, and I'm like, I kind of want to get more into it, but I'm really not sure about it because I feel like I'm just like, I said something along the lines of, I feel like I'm dropped into the middle of this thing that I don't know what's going on. And he's like, well, that's because you are. What do you mean? Well, there's 4 other volumes of individual character stories that set up everything in G.I. Joe.
Wow.
And I go, so, you got those or, So I picked up Duke and I love this book. Genuinely. This is probably one of my favorite, comics that I've read. Takes place right after Transformers Volume 1, in which Duke makes a cameo. I'm not going to spoil what he does in that cameo, but it ties directly to that. Picked up Cobra Commander. Have already read it. It explains what Cobra is doing with Energon and how the Transformers coming to Earth is starting Cobra and all of this fun stuff. Just finished reading this next one today. Destro. Kind of continues what Cobra Commander started, but now Cobra is more of a thing. And I'm currently reading through Scarlet, which has been good so far. I'm about quarter of the way through. Yeah, so if you didn't know I was a G.I. Joe fan before, you do now, because boy, I really like these books. And I am going to go back and reread G.I. Joe Volume 1. So there you go.
That
I'm
actually
caught up.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so that it hopefully makes sense. Little all over the place,
there.
but that, yeah, I'm super happy with it. And what I also like is that these 3, I was able to get through in like an hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not bad. I'm a slow reader.
Efficient.
Yeah, but it works. It just works.
A little bite-sized entertainment. It's not bad.
Bite-sized
Indeed.
entertainment. Indeed.
So that's pretty much what I've been doing entertainment-wise this week. That, and last weekend I did finish Arrow and The Flash through the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Good crossover. Good ending to the series, I think. The last season of Arrow was a little disjointed, but it was all leading up to that crossover, so
there you go.
What are you going to do? Yeah, that's all for me. Isaac, what have you been watching this week?
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. It's been not a very busy week in regards to watching or reading or doing a whole lot. Not even sure why, I just haven't. That being said, aside from keeping up with, Down to Dawn and a couple other animes, I did on Thursday night, so opening night of it happening, I did go and see the new Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, in which our theater had a poster for.
Ooh.
So I snagged that, because why not?
Gotta love the posters.
You got to.
Gotta love the posters. Pretty good movie. Very, very good movie. I was just a little upset at how it started. So, minor spoilers for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. I'm not going to name drop anything, but I'm going to say something that happened. So skip ahead a little bit. I'll give you a little wave when we're good. So yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and prepare to get a little bit spoiled. I walked into that movie and there was like 3 characters of the 13 that were dropped right in the middle of this thing. 3 characters in there that I was like, if they die, I'm going to be upset. So naturally, the first fight starts with one of those characters walking in on one of the strongest villains that are in the movie. Yeah, they died. So I was a little bit upset. Just a little bit upset. I sat through the whole second fight of that movie, where I was just like not happy. Because like that second fight didn't really contain any characters that I was that interested in. So I was like just over there sitting in the corner mulling about how upset I was over that. But yeah. So that was sad. But other than that, good movie. There's one fight in there that gave me goosebumps and really rivaled the best the series has to offer, which was cool. But one thing Demon Slayer does is at the very tail end of the season, when they, fight the big demon of the episode or the movie or whatnot, they always give that demon like a backstory, like a tragic backstory to show how they became evil and whatnot. So they did that again with this movie, but they drew it out for so long. And it was like, at some point, I just am not interested in this guy anymore and just want to see him die.
How long was the movie?
So, movie was about 2.5, and they spent probably a half hour of that on the backstory when they really should have done like 15 minutes. So yeah, that was, at that point I was like, all right, I'm kind of checked out. It's like past midnight at this point. I kind of have to pee, and I would kind of want to just go home. So yeah, that's Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Welcome back, spoiler avoiders. And that's really it for me.
Yeah, there you go. I apologize if I'm like making weird gestures and trying to get off camera. I really have to sneeze and it's just not coming out.
Been
It's
there
bad.
today. That's me today too.
Yeah, anyway. So if my audio cuts out, that's what's going on. Awesome. Jacob, what have you been watching / reading / playing / whatever?
/ what'd you do last Thursday?
Yeah. What did you do last Thursday? What did you do last Thursday?
Well, I won't go in depth on them, but I have watched a couple of Marvel movies, because we're gonna be talking about them pretty soon here in a second. So, I rewatched the first 3 Guardians of the Galaxy again, so I have that going for me. That's fresh in my mind. I watched Thor, the original Thor, and Thor Ragnarok, so I had those fresh in my mind.
Did you skip Dark World?
Yes, I forgot about Dark World. I did not.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's a perfectly skippable movie.
Okay, cool. And then I watched Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, and the original Avengers. So I have those under my belt right now. I missed it. I didn't get them all, but I got that one through my
those are the big
limited
ones.
time between the podcast idea and whatnot. But playing, I got back on Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Is that what it's called? I forget now.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I got back on that. I'm enjoying that. I just got down to sub-layer 400, so still pretty early in the game, I'm pretty sure. But I am making progress. And it's kind of just fun just to play and just hit things and destroy things.
It's pretty satisfying.
It is pretty satisfying. And there's a lot of creative stuff in it, and I really like that a lot. So that, and then I've also been like, I don't know if I'm going to get the DLC that came out for it. Probably not, but we'll see if I I'm itching to get the DLC for it. I might, because it's $20. I think it's just like a small addition to the game, which that Nintendo Direct they had was crazy. So that was kind of crazy. They had a whole lot of stuff in that Direct, but that could be a whole another podcast right there. But
It genuinely could.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the upcoming lineup. I should probably try and get Silksong. Shoot, what's the Hollow Knight Silksong?
Yeah.
I should get that eventually, but I got to beat the first one first, and I'm very bad at beating games. I play them and then I don't beat them usually, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean that's kind of been my thing, and just been
Can't
those
forget
movies.
that we've rejoined the fight for managed democracy.
I was gonna say,
Oh, yeah,
I've
we
been hitting
did.
Helldivers too. I was
We are
just
in
playing
Helldivers.
before we
We
got
have-
on. I tell
Were
you
ya?
what, I have discovered I am terrible at that game.
What makes you
Like-
say that?
I'm terrible at that game. And I know that like when I play with my normal squad, which is either you guys or my cousin and my brother, when we play with my cousin and my brother, there's this want to crank the difficulty, and I'm like, I just hit level 10 and I'm no good at this game. So like, guys,
All right, we're going to Super Helldive next time we play.
right. It was funny. I was on earlier and I don't play with the voice chat or anything on. I was on earlier and I had 3 other guys join my squad, and we were doing like trivial voyages or whatever. Voyages like at Sea of Thieves. Missions. Because I was trying to get medals and stuff and super credits from around the map and practice with some new guns. And the one guy just goes, "We're doing Super Helldive next, right?" And I'm like, "No." I'm actually getting off to go and get Pepsi and enjoy a comic book before I need to record a podcast. Like, I mean, come on.
That's great.
But fun game
Oh yeah.
when it is manageable. There's some stuff, especially with the major orders right now, where they're all the bugs. The bugs, man.
Yeah.
There's too many.
I'm a bot guy. I love fighting the bots
Yeah.
so much more.
I've only done like 1 or 2 missions from them because I like playing the major order. I feel like I'm doing something, you know what I mean?
There's a sense of accomplishment there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hadn't played the game for like over a year. I'm a Creek veteran. To put it that way, so if that gives you a timeline.
I've heard of this. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that was a time. So I rejoined the game after like a year and change, and because of the Halo stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on, see what's going on, and now I'm addicted again. So
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been doing each night
Yeah,
after
I want
work.
to play it right now, to be honest with you. I want to play it right
cancel the podcast.
Cancel the
Load
pod.
up. Cancel the
super,
pod
right?
and get in your pods. We're going for a dive.
Cancel the pod. Get in your pods. Phenomenal.
now. Get in your pots. True.
So little behind the curtain here. We're recording this on Sunday the 14th, the night of Sunday the 14th, and as we speak, the Emmys are going down. The Emmy Award for Outstanding Writing for a Drama Series was just awarded to Dan Gilroy for Andor.
There you
And
go.
Andor,
I could
huh?
not agree more.
That's exciting.
Genuinely, if we ever do like top 5, which I'm sure that we will at some point, do a top 5 TV shows, that's going to be up there for me.
Wow. Okay.
If there's anything major, I will break it on the pod. That's
Cool.
what we'll do.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah.
Speaking of breaking things, let's break some news about
Let's talk some wrestling news. Yeah.
wrestling. There's a few topics that we want to bring up here. Let's start with the elephant in the room, Saudi Mania. WrestleMania 43 just got announced to be going to Saudi Arabia. A choice, that's for sure.
I just know that my dream of going to WrestleMania keeps getting harder and harder.
It's slipping away.
I'm not going to Saudi. I mean,
No.
I don't, you know, I don't think that anybody is. Not that I can afford to, right?
Oh, green shirt guy will be there.
I don't know. He's not at any of the normal ones that are
Is
over
he
in
not?
Saudi. No.
I thought
What
he was.
yellow shirt guy?
Oh, true. Yellow shirt guy might be there.
What about Trinidad and Tobago guy?
This is true.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I know. Well run dry, I guess.
Perhaps.
Either that or he got priced out of tickets. Did you see the quote that was running around of the TKO president that was like, well, you know, Vince McMahon was trying to, he was aiming the prices toward families and we're trying to not. And I'm like, who do you think your primary demographic is?
Right. And why would you publicly announce something like that?
Right. And why would you say something like that in an interview?
Like TKO stocks. Meow.
I mean, it didn't harm them because, you know,
No.
I mean, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff right now.
They
Metaphorical stocks.
They like to think of themselves as a premium product.
I guess, but you know, I don't feel like it's that premium. I mean, have you seen the ticket prices?
Everything nowadays tries to think of themselves that way though. But
I was gonna say when it was Detroit for SummerSlam at Ford Field, to get in the door it was $450, and it's just gone up from there. It's wild.
need about 450.
Wild.
So with Saudi Mania, I do want to raise not an alarm, not a concern. I wonder how that is going to affect, and arguably the Royal Rumble that's coming up here in Saudi Arabia this year. I wonder what effect that's going to have on the booking.
Yep.
If
Me too.
certain things cannot happen because certain people will not go over, which is fine, and that's their choice, then, you know, it kind of puts a limit on the storytelling, but who knows? That, and aren't they talking about Rock in the main event for 43?
I think so, yeah. I've been seeing some, I don't know, some memes on Twitter of they're gonna get the Undertaker back for one last ride, and they're gonna get Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they're gonna get, you know, all these legends. They're like, instead of the current roster, because they're like, yeah, these guys are gonna make some money.
Right. Yep. It'll be interesting, but like even, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
That was kind of my thought, is that there's probably going to be a people that don't want to go over there, but also money does talk. So I wonder if that will stir them to go in.
Yeah.
Or not,
I mean, in the past, we've had a lot of people say that they just will not go to these shows. CM Punk was one of those initially, and obviously that has changed with Night of Champions. I imagine that part of that is due to the fact that the Royal Rumble is in Saudi, and that's kind of a big one. Sami Zayn was originally one that would not go. Kevin Owens, same. I don't think he's been, has he?
I don't know if he has.
Yeah, I know that Kevin Owens was one. Reportedly, these are all reports, so, you know, I don't know. But yeah, there were a lot of people that just wouldn't go, and I mean, some people that were gun shy after the tarmac incident of 2018, where a bunch of wrestlers got stuck on the tarmac on the plane. You can Google those stories. I think Cultaholic just put out a YouTube video about it, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
But, and they're usually pretty good with like their documentary coverage. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And plus, I mean, you know, sports washing and all of that. There's a lot of things going on over there. So
yeah.
I
guess close out this bit of news. One of my thoughts is, you know, you're getting your first overseas Mania. and it's going not to somewhere that probably deserves it, looking at, a Wembley Stadium in London, or, look at France. Look what they've done these past couple of years. You would think, audience participation wise anyways, you'd look at places like that, and then instead they're getting paid a little bit to go to Saudi.
Well, it's all a money thing with WrestleMania.
It is
the big part. I mean, that's why the thing happened with New Orleans and Vegas is because Vegas came in last minute and outbid them. And
I get it. It's a business. They got to put money first, but at the same time, like,
well, in the other thing, I wonder what type of impact it's going to have to the professional wrestling industry to have, because with WrestleMania, you have a bunch of wrestling fans all in one area. So indie promotions will come from all over the place and put on shows. GCW has shows for Bloodsport and stuff. Some of the biggest events are there. Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor usually happens somewhere in there. They're not going to be able to run in Saudi Arabia. So you've taken... WrestleCon isn't going to be able to run in Saudi Arabia, which is a big one for legends and whatnot, to go and interface with fans and make money. Is what it comes down to. So you're taking a lot of opportunity for money out of the professional wrestling industry unless they do a backup.
right.
And I'm not talking WWE, unless WrestleCon and all of these other events all say, well, if they're going over there, we're going to go to, off the top of my head, Nashville or another big city that could, in theory, support a WrestleMania. We're going to run our events here, and then WrestleMania is going to go on over there. But then it's like, how much can you really run those? I know I'm kind of running on tangent here. But at that point, WrestleMania is going to start at like what? Main card at 3
I was
o'clock?
just thinking about that. Yeah.
So unless you're running before 3 o'clock or after the event is over, which is probably, I mean, a night of WrestleMania is normally like what? 3-4 hours?
3-4 hours, yeah.
So you could run an event at 8 o'clock, but
Right, at that point,
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm glad we had the exact same thought there. It'll be interesting. I said that at the exact same time.
We really did, didn't we? That was funny.
Yeah. So, another piece of news. Supposedly, Andrade has been not released, but
He's no
he has
longer
left the
with-
WWE due to some, again, rumors.
Well, okay, so hang
Some
on.
interesting stuff.
Before you go into that, the
Yes.
report from Fightful was that he left, and that has been confirmed.
Yep.
He's on the alumni page, all of this. Reports are coming out after to John Alba of whatever platform he is. I remember his name, but not the platform. Saying that there was some wellness policy violations that occurred. Don't know if that had anything to do with it, or, and this is pure speculation on my end, or if those reports were allowed to circulate after he left the company to kind of do something to his reputation.
Right.
Pure speculation on my end. Pure speculation.
Supposedly he's been like just ghosting the company the past like month or so too. like they're trying to get in contact with him and he's just like not responding. He's not showing up to shows,
Interesting.
what have you. But again, rumors and speculation.
Exactly.
But facts say he's left the company.
Kind of a shame, but also
It's a shame because he's good.
It's a shame because he's good, but I don't feel like he ever really had a massive character.
No,
or
and that
anything
was
like
the
that.
issue.
He was a good wrestler in a time, and we are in a time where you can bump into a good wrestler on the street. Maybe not literally, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of good wrestlers.
Right. But the key to success in WWE is being able to take that ability in the ring and then also, you know, getting a good character out of it as well that somebody can be excited to see, not just in the ring, but, you know, in a backstage segment or a promo or something like that.
Exactly.
So,
Indeed.
speaking of good characters and all that good stuff, we just had some kind of negative talks. How about we talk about something a little bit positive? Let's light up this podcast a little bit. AJ Lee is back,
Way.
which is wild. I
Yeah.
remember in last episode we were talking. She was on the draft board, by the way.
Yep. She was.
We had made the comment that Paige or Soraya was the more likely one to come back of the two because she was on there too. We were like, yeah, she'll probably come back, but AJ's not coming back. Like, that's just a foregone conclusion. A week later, that SmackDown happens. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Wow. All right.
We must have the power. We have the Jinx power.
Summon. I summon the seas.
But but yeah, so she came back, which they built that really well. And the return angle itself was really good. I was not as big of a fan of the promo on Raw, but that was just me personally. Like, I mean, I liked her promo. I'm talking about the interaction between Becky and AJ. I didn't like as much. But her promo about the her mental health journey and whatnot was very good.
Yeah, it was.
I'm excited for that mixed tag match. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I've got my VPN all set up, so it'll be great.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do have a quick story to tell about the return though. My cousin. I don't think I told you this, but I might have.
Oh, you told me a story about it.
The AJ return?
Yeah. Continue.
I don't remember what I told you. So, anyways, that's about me waking up right at 10 o'clock and being like, yeah. So I had worked early that morning and worked throughout the day. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a quick nap before SmackDown starts because I can't miss it. So I set like 3 alarms and whatnot. And this is at like 6 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, I've got, a couple hours leeway before the show starts. And, if they're going to bring her back, it's not going to be till the end of the show anyways. So I woke up at 10 p.m. on the dot and was so upset. So I was like, oh man, I missed SmackDown. And if she came back, I'm going to be so angry. Naturally, log on to Instagram. First thing I see, AJ Lee is back. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's insane.
It's wild. The one SmackDown, I was like, all right, can't miss this. Missed it.
He missed it.
The other story that I have though, so my cousin lives in Chicago.
Oh.
And shout out Christian. I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, I'm very jealous of you, brother. So he went with some friends. He texts me like an hour before. He's like, hey, here are my signs for SmackDown. I'm going. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And he had an AJ sign there. And I was like, dude,
that's awesome.
I hope she comes back for you. But also, I'm really, really jealous. And so, naturally she came back and he's texting me like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And, it was his first live show too. So like,
that's
what a
awesome.
show to get.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, Yeah, Christian, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm jealous. If I could reverse time, I'd go with you.
There you go.
But yeah, AJ's back, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Indeed. Should be pretty good. I WrestlePalooza is a massive show for
It is.
pretty much purely for ESPN launch and counter programming AEW. But it'll be a big show, I think. And not
It
that
will.
big show.
Whip!
Cody's back too, by the way.
Cody's back too, yeah.
Cody's
so
back
that
too.
match
He's
is
facing
officially on Palooza as well.
Yeah,
That card is so stacked.
that will be. When is that again? Is that Saturday?
Next Saturday, yeah.
You got D&D, don't you?
I was planning on canceling, I'm not gonna lie.
Can't miss that.
So I can't
do
miss
something.
it.
Let's do something.
I was just gonna say, off podcast, what are we doing for WrestlePalooza? So
We're doing something.
Well,
That's what we're doing.
we're doing something.
We're doing something. All
we'll
right.
work it out.
Not on podcast.
Not on podcast, yeah.
Not on
'Cause we-
podcast.
Have a tier list to do. / retrospective.
We do have a tier list to do. Would you mind if we take a quick break?
Please.
All right. In yet another second take recording, we are back with our tier maker. We are going to be doing a Infinity Saga retrospective in which we look at all of the movies in the MCU's Infinity Saga, from Iron Man to Endgame to the epilogue of Far From Home. Yeah, we'll be looking at these with the criteria of, is it a good movie? Our experience with the movie, the personal impact, some other... I think I got everything that time.
Pretty much.
The experience of the movie.
The impact of it on the MCU, I think, was one that you had mentioned too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Definitely have to consider it for that as well. Because there are going to be a couple on here that have little to no impact on the overall story of the MCU. So, but we'll get into that. That's what we'll be getting into here soon. As we go, we're going to figure out what the best movie in the Infinity Saga is by sticking everything into a tier list. And those tiers being genuinely bad, aggressively fine, good, great, and fantastic. So, yeah. We'll start at the very beginning of the MCU. We'll go in release order. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, we did this in the first take, so I'm going to do it in the second take. Breaking news from the Emmys. Kristen Milioti has won for her role as Sophia Falcone in The Penguin. Absolutely excellent little limited series. She is easily the best part of it, and that is with Colin Farrell as the Penguin. So, competition is high, but it was amazing. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir. That's awesome.
But moving from the DCU, or whatever the Penguin is, to the MCU, where we begin with Iron Man from 2008. Isaac, what are your thoughts on Iron Man?
I feel like I have a slightly controversial take on this movie because a lot of people hail it as this great movie. It is a great starting point for the MCU, and if it didn't happen the way it happened, we might not be in the position that we were put in. That being said, I personally can't go much higher than good.
Whoa. Any particular reason as to why?
I wish I could give you a better reason than just don't really vibe with it as much. It feels
okay.
It's fairly basic. Ironmonger at the end was kind of like, to me.
It's the
So
big gray villain
yeah,
syndrome. Yeah, whatever it was that the Cosmonaut Picture Show was talking about. I don't know if anybody's ever seen any of those videos, but those are great. Um, okay, interesting.
I mean, I'm willing to negotiate. Of course, it is our list, not just my list, but
Right.
yeah, it's very middle of the road MCU for me.
Interesting. Jacob, what are your thoughts on the first Iron Man movie?
Well, I think it has a couple positives that are going to steer it to me towards the great good threshold. Um, I think the fact that it's first has some sentimental type value. To it's kind of has a positive light because it's like the first. It's like it's taking us on this wild ride of the MCU, and it's a kind of starting point. But I also think it's not. It's one of those movies where I don't. If I went back and watched it now, I probably would not have enjoyed it as much as I did then, just because I'm older and we've seen so much more like positive stuff in the MCU come out, and I feel like it would pale in comparison going back to look at it. So I think kind of looking at it through like a tinted glass, that's like
Interesting.
this nostalgia of seeing it in '08. But it has sentimental value, the first one, and then how old it is. But from the looks of the movie, it definitely looks like a 2008 movie, as in like the visuals and stuff, just not all there for current standards, which is understandable. '08, but I think I could see it at the bottom of great, and then like the top of good is where I'd probably put it at.
Yeah, I'd say about top of good is probably where I'd place it. And I love, I shouldn't say love. I really like the first half of the movie.
Where he's
Where
actually building the suit.
he's building the suit and he flies back and destroys the Ten Rings camp and stuff like that. And then after that I'm like, okay,
You can kind of take it or leave it with the Jeff Bridges aspect of it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. I agree. I respect that. Yeah. All right. I sorry. I am definitely fine with sticking it in good. Um Especially kind of toward the top of good. I think Robert Downey Jr.'s performance of Tony Stark, you can say what you will about him playing himself and whatnot, um, is always very good. I'm not always the biggest Gwyneth Paltrow fan. I think Jeff Bridges plays his role in the movie well. It is definitely a 2000s, and I think we're going to see this a lot in phase 1. It is a 2000 superhero movie.
It is very
Yeah.
much so.
But this is one that I do keep coming back and rewatching. I always enjoy it. I think that the CGI honestly holds up pretty well for being
It does.
2008. Because I think this one was ILM, right? This wasn't the other company that was running around at that point.
You got me.
I want to Google it so bad. Do I have permission to Google that, or does that have something to do
Yeah.
with the game earlier?
No, you can Google that. That's fine.
Oh, come on. Yeah, ILM did do Iron Man, and then they did Transformers as well, which is another one that surprisingly the CGI holds up really well on.
It does, yeah.
But speaking of big CGI creatures, that brings us to our next one, the only Universal picture on this list, because that's who was holding who I think they still hold the rights to the Hulk for movies, being The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. I'm going to go to Jacob on this one. What are your thoughts on The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton?
It's I I don't know. This one isn't really for me, and maybe that's the universal, like the negative connotation universal in my head. But um, I think that this one, it wasn't for me personally. I mean, I like the Hulk as a character. Um, I I do. The fact that it's like kind of stuck behind that universal license is a bummer because like they can't keep it all mainstream and
Right.
with the Marvel stuff, which is a bummer. But I don't know. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't put it in genuinely bad. I think I put it aggressively around that range, personally.
Okay. All right. There we go. That's one vote for aggressively fine. Isaac, what are your thoughts here?
That's about where I sit too. I don't think it's a bad movie by any means. Um, I mean, the tier describes it perfectly. It's aggressively fine. There's aspects of it that I really like. Um, but then the rest of it's just kind of, it's okay. I think it's definitely underrated in regards to general perception. I feel like people hate on
Interesting.
this movie a lot. That being said, there's a lot ahead of it that is much better. I do like this portrayal of the Hulk, though.
I
That I will
like,
say.
yeah, I like this Hulk. I don't necessarily like this Bruce Banner.
Right, same here.
I don't feel like he's timid enough, but we also don't get to see him in that way in this movie. We see him on the run from the government, in this fugitive role. Not so much what we see at the beginning of the Avengers or something like that. But yeah, aggressively fine. Honestly, if there was an extra tier, and I do feel, I'm not saying that we should add it, but if there was a tier between aggressively fine and genuinely bad that was just called ultimately forgettable, this would be the movie in that
Oh,
category.
Yep, it would. Yeah.
that's fair.
I want to be completely honest with you guys. I watched this movie last night because I was like, I don't really remember much about the Hulk, so I'll go back and watch the Hulk. And the only thing that I really remember from it, other than the big fight at the end, and was Robert Downey Jr. showing up in the
hmm
not post-credits scene.
Yeah, the not post credit scene, but
And that
might as
that was
well
kind of
be.
it. Yeah. So yeah, I really want, or I don't want. I would have been intrigued to see Edward Norton kind of do that more timid Bruce Banner, mild-mannered scientist origin story than the fugitive run that we're seeing here, but it was 2008, 2009 at this point. That one I don't
Maybe.
know if it's safe to look up.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll call it. I think it was end of '08.
Yeah, it was
Iron
like
Man was
either
like May or something, and then this was November. I
okay.
think. Don't quote me on that, but it's
Yeah.
it's around there.
Yeah, okay. But late 2000s. This
Yeah.
was this was after Batman Begins. So everything has to be a little bit more gritty. A little bit more grounded in realism. But yeah. Yeah. Aggressively fine, I think, is good. Here's an interesting one. Iron Man 2. I'm going to throw to Isaac on this one.
You know what? And I'm gonna throw it right back at you because I'm curious to see where you put it because I have thoughts about this movie.
I think there was this discussion a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but like there is this discussion about this being the worst MCU movie. I don't think that it is. I think it is a fun movie. And honestly, it's making me reassess the Hulk. Because I don't think it is a fun movie that every now and then I will rewatch because it's kind of funny, kind of a fun movie. Don Cheadle and Robert Downey Jr. play well with each other as Rhodey and Stark. I want to stick it in good, but then I feel bad about it because Hulk is in Aggressively Fine. I don't know. What are you, Isaac? I'm throwing back to you.
Yeah, I guess we'll catch the boomerang.
I mean, ultimately, it's a mid movie, but I have fun watching it.
And that's
Because
kind of
you
where
can
I'm
make
at
fun
too.
of it. Yeah.
It's like I'm not at the point where I think it's, genuinely bad like so many people do. I truly don't even understand why people say it's like that bad.
Right.
For a long time as a kid, I actually liked it more than the first Iron Man.
It's more fun.
It is more fun. It's definitely not better. I'm cool sticking it in Aggressively Fine. Just because there is more quality coming later
Yeah.
that I don't want to, overrate it as is. But yeah, it is a fun movie. Although it did kind of ruin my perspective of a couple other movies. Actually, it was something my dad said. With this movie, the whole issue was drone technology being used, right? And how that was a bad thing and there should only be one Iron Man. So what does Tony Stark do in Iron Man 3? He creates a legion of drones. What does he
Right.
do in Age of Ultron? He creates Ultron. So
What
it
is
kind of
Yeah.
warps your perception of those movies as well, because you're like, okay, the overall message here was that drone technology was bad and it should just be Tony Stark wielding that technology.
I don't think that it
we're
was
gonna make more.
necessarily. I don't think it was necessarily drone bad. It was drone in wrong hand bad. But
Yeah.
yeah. But as we see, there's an argument to be made, and I feel like that's the interesting part of the Iron Man character. Are his hands the right hands?
Right.
Stuff like Age of Ultron proves or says, maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah. Iron Man,
But
yes. Tony Stark, no, as they say in this movie.
exactly. Jacob, what are your thoughts on Iron Man 2?
I think you have it in a perfect spot right now. I was gonna say it was in between Iron Man. It was below Iron Man 1, but above the Hulk. So that's exactly where I would put it.
That's
I
exactly where
think
it's going, yeah.
yes. I yeah, aggressively fine. I think that's I don't know. I think that's fair. I was going between good and aggressively fine, but I think aggressively fine. I think there'll be some movies that are worthy of good compared to Iron Man 2. So I think aggressively fine is probably how you say it, aggressively fine take, I could say.
Right.
But I like the Russian subplot in this one. Like, I actually kind of like that. Like, it's kind of
Oh, with
cool,
Black
but
Widow? Yeah.
yeah, I like the
Sure, it
but
did introduce Black Widow. Might have to move it up a tier.
I feel like
That's the joke.
this was the movie that really this was when we started to realize, okay, this could potentially be a larger universe. With stuff like the post-credit
cinematic
scene
one.
leading to Thor and all of that other stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it where it's at.
The other thing that I will say, if we feel that we need to move these a little bit later, we can.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, like, if we feel the need to bump the Hulk down to genuinely bad, then we can. But we'll leave it the way that it is right now. That brings us to 2011's Thor with good old Chris Hemsworth as Thor. We get the Thor introduction, we get the Loki introduction, all leading up into next year's Avengers. But for now, Jacob, whose webcam has fallen,
Yeah.
what
Mamma
were your
mia.
thoughts on Thor?
Yeah, because you
All
just watched
right.
this one, right?
I did, yeah. And this is the best movie on the list so far. I would put that in great. Thor was,
Oh wow.
I mean, Thor was one of my more favorite superheroes. So I think just the comedy that Chris Hemsworth brings to the character makes it like I don't know, and like I think in the future too, like Thor in the future movies as well are just hilarious to me. So I am definitely have no problem putting it in great, honestly. But
Interesting.
there are better Thors coming up. I'm gonna say that right now. There are better. There's a better Thor coming up. So I put this in great though.
There are also worse Thors coming up, but that is
There
for
are
us to
there are,
judge.
from what I've heard. From what I've heard.
Isaac, where do you stand on Thor? Because I might not be
Well,
as positive on this one.
it falls in aggressively fine as well. I mean, it's not anything special, in
Interesting.
my opinion. It's definitely, I'm okay putting it in good,
Okay.
but I would say that it's fine. I don't know. There's a lot that I just don't even remember about this movie
There,
because it feels like the only important part's like the last act of the movie.
with Loki and falling into the hole of the abyss of doom or whatever.
Pretty much that, and then Thor realizing his worth and
Getting
becoming
the
worthy
hammer.
again.
Yeah. I think, oddly enough, I think that Chris Hemsworth is one of the weaker parts of this particular movie. Because he's trying, and I understand that it's a fish out of water plot with an Asgardian Shakespearean type of guy being in the middle of a small town in New Mexico. Maybe not the worst part of this movie, but yeah, I think we will meet in the middle and go good. Yeah, because again, this is another one of those early 2000s, not early 2000s, but 2000s, or it has the feel of a 2000s superhero movie. Here is the origin story. Here is the middle act in which everything is, the hero is discovering their powers and all of this. I don't think that the Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman thing really works.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm cool
Maybe
with
it's
it.
just me then.
But I also just really like Natalie Portman, so I'm cool with whatever movie she's in.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll
Great
move on
actress.
from that
Don't
one.
take it like that. I was a Star Wars kid growing up.
That's all we're gonna say there. Yeah, and I think Tom Hiddleston does a lot of carrying of this. Anthony Hopkins as Odin, I always find kind of funny because he's there, he's acting, but like that's a pretty big name to be in a superhero movie like that, So kind of funny. But yeah, Thor. Nice to see Shield shown as this
Yes.
giant organization as part of this.
It does help build them up a lot. The
definitely.
reputations, yeah, leading into Avengers and whatnot.
Indeed. All right, I'm going to shake up our order here because also from 2011, Captain America: The First Avenger. Jacob, I'm going to throw to you first on this one. What are your thoughts here?
I wish I had thoughts. I have not seen this one. I have no
Okay.
official thoughts on this one,
Yeah.
but I am hoping it's good.
So Isaac, I will throw to you since I'm the controller of the tier list.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing it in fantastic.
Okay.
I think that it is, and this is all personal belief because objectively, Winter Soldier's better. This is better than Winter Soldier than for me. 100%, 110% of the time.
Okay.
That might
Why?
just be personal attachment, but I love this movie to death and back.
Is there
I
any
think-
particular reason that you want to put it in fantastic over great? Because for me,
Well,
it's right on the line between them.
okay. Well, I think it's the best origin story of any superhero on this list.
Yes, I would agree.
Best origin movie, best origin story. Very relatable story too, I think. Because you have this guy who's not overly spectacular at anything other than, just being a genuinely good dude. And it's a good message to put out there that you don't necessarily have to be perfect at what you're doing, but if you're going to be a good person, kind person to others, you'll still succeed and whatnot.
That's the real power.
That's the real power. But also I'm a sucker for World War II military vibes. So that part I always loved. Character interactions are great. Yeah, this is one I go to war for every time someone brings it up.
I will agree that it goes into fantastic. It introduces. I'm going to use a pro wrestling term, so if you're not big into pro wrestling, pardon me. Where Tony Stark is your I'll leave it up to you whether you want to censor this. Tony Stark is your badass babyface, right? He's cool. He's your Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's cool. He's kind of a bad boy, but he'll still do the right thing at the end of the day. Steve Rogers is your white meat babyface. And that is what the Avengers need, I think, and that's part of the reason that they bring him back in the movie. But getting to see the movie's got a lot of heart, and I talk about that all the time when it comes to movies and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say we talked about Superman a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
About how that had a lot of heart and that defines this movie to a T.
Yes, this movie has a lot of heart. I love the dynamic between him and Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the end of this movie gets me. And I'm
Yep.
not even just talking about him crashing the plane. Minor spoilers, but these movies are 10, 15 years old at this point. My gosh, I feel old. Not even just that, but he's in the middle of Times Square. The ending scene of this is, I think, the best scene in the MCU.
It's right up there, yeah.
Is the last
it's
scene
really
in this
good.
movie where he's come out of the ice. He's in 2011 Times Square. He's looking at all the video screens. He's surrounded by SHIELD agents, and there's Nick Fury. Hey, we
You gonna be
apologize
okay?
for the little ruse that we got here, but this is the new world. You've been asleep for 70 years. And yeah, he gives him that line, are you going to be okay? And he just responds with,
I had a date.
oh, it's so good.
Cut to credits.
And look, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. It's a phenomenal
same
movie,
thing.
a phenomenal end. It's perfect.
Yeah. This was the first MCU movie I saw in the theater.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't see the others in the theater. So my dad and I went to this one, and shout out my dad because this is one of his favorites too. Yeah, we talk about this movie a lot and how it's it's one of our favorites. So I'm glad that we agree that it's up there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, this was one of the ones that I was like, I might have to fight here.
I might have to fight somebody. No, this one is amazing. And
Cool.
I also really like Howard Stark in this movie.
Yeah,
And
he's very
I
good.
extend that to the ABC's Agent Carter, which if you like this movie, you're gonna like at least the first season of that.
Yeah, I like the
Second
first
season,
season of
maybe
that a
not
lot.
so much, but yeah, really good, really good. That brings us to the first crossover movie in the history of the MCU with the Avengers. Isaac, I'm gonna throw to you first.
It's another one I'm putting up in Fantastic.
Okay, interesting. I keep saying interesting for everything.
Interesting.
Interesting.
It's ooh or interesting is our two our two lines.
Indeed. Why do you think we're going to Fantastic? Elaborate for me here.
I think it was a perfect introduction to the Avengers, just as a collective group. I liked that there was inner turmoil before they, gelled. And I thought all those character relationships were interesting and how they dragged the stories of each of those characters and made it all, cohesive and whatnot. I don't know. This is another big nostalgia pick for me, just like Captain America: First Avenger is.
Yeah.
So I kind of hold it on a bit of a pedestal. It's funny. Like I said, the character interactions are really good. I always go back to it's got one of the most pivotal lines of dialogue, actually. The scene where they're all arguing in the lab, and Cap's like, "You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play," to Tony. Look at Endgame.
I know.
Long-term storytelling. But yeah, I hold such an appreciation for this movie.
Indeed. Jacob, where do you stand on the Avengers?
As getting into the Marvel universe, there's nothing I love more than the Marvel character heroes interacting with each other, and the fact that they interact with each other. This is the first kind of situation where they interact with each other the entire movie, and it's an Avengers movie. I don't know how it can't be in the Fantastic category, because I can't even remember myself at that young age watching it for the first time. Like, that's how impactful the movie was. Like, I can remember myself not knowing nothing about nothing about Marvel, but seeing this movie and being like, I can get behind this. I can get behind the story and just just the characters developing with each other and all in the same movie together. I mean, you can't beat that. So it'd be hard pressed to find a bad Avengers. So this is definitely fantastic.
I would agree with that.
W Mans.
Yeah, having it perfectly sets up the dynamic between all of the characters, which will explore more further in like Age of Ultron and Civil War and onward. It does all of that, and it's a fun movie to watch. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, good movie.
Yeah. And then, Loki is the villain is
And
really
Loki
good too.
He does work better in this movie, I think, than he does in the Thor movie.
For sure.
I think the recasting of the Hulk was a good idea. Having Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, I think, fits a little bit more with the comic book rendition of Bruce Banner, at least. What else is it about this movie? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I
It was
echo
the
pretty much
first,
everything
like-
that you guys have said. This was the first big team up. This is the
Yeah,
first time we
and
saw
it-
most of these characters interact, and being able to see those relationships of those characters worked really well.
Exactamundo.
Indeed.
That's the end of phase 1.
That is the end of phase 1.
Which I suppose that's about how I would regularly rank phase 1 as well.
Indeed.
So I'm not upset so far.
So here's going to be an interesting one. Iron Man 3. I'm going to throw to Jacob first on this one.
Okay, well, I don't know if my opinion, if this is going to be echoed by everybody else, but this is my favorite of the Iron Man movies. I would put this in great. Um, this one is, for some reason, this one was the most memorable. I don't know if it's because it's the newest one or not, but this one was the most memorable to me, or one I remember the most. I mean, probably because it is the most recent one, but I don't know. I think just the build up of Tony Stark's character continues. Continues to be a very enjoyable watch, and kind of the culmination of coming into Iron Man 3 is great. So I think this would be the in great, and probably pretty high in great. Probably pretty high in great when we get more in great.
All right. Before we let Isaac go off, because the look on his face is priceless, I agree that it should go into great.
Interesting.
So, here's my standpoint on it. What this movie does is it shows us the effects that the Avengers, and what is, let's face it, a giant earth-shattering event, the coming out of superheroes for all intents and purposes. It shows the effect of that not only on the world, but also on Tony himself. It sets up his motivation, not only going into Age of Ultron with the philosophy of a suit of armor around the world, but also going into Civil War and having this large PTSD and guilt over all of the things that they do as the Avengers. I will say it is probably in the lower of great, because for an Iron Man movie, there's not a lot of Iron Man in it. There's a lot of Tony and the kid driving around Tennessee. But I like it. And I think him and that kid work really well. That kid who was in everything in 2015. Yeah, he was in everything, wasn't he?
He
I
really
don't even
was,
know that
wasn't he?
guy's name. He was in that. He was in Jurassic World. He was in a bunch of other stuff.
He was in Jurassic World.
He
wasn't
was, yeah. He was the little kid, the younger kid. I think that it goes in great, but lower great. All right, Isaac, go off.
Yeah, so anyways, I cannot stand this movie. I
Oh,
hate this
wait, real
movie.
quick.
Yes.
My MCU guilty pleasure is Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery.
I don't disagree with that.
I will be
He's
completely
great.
honest.
Oh, it's guilty.
He plays that character great. Too bad
Yep.
that character is awful in this movie.
Should not be the Mandarin. And we can say that they retcon that.
They did. I hate this movie so much. so much. Like so I made a personal tier list, just, myself, before we did this, so I could kind of, gauge where I want to put everything. I have 2 movies in my bottom category. This is one of them.
Wow.
It's not enjoyable to watch at all. It's one of my least rewatched movies in the MCU, or at least in the Infinity Saga. I don't disagree with your points. I think it is a great portrayal of the effects of the Avengers movie and the events there on the world and on Tony. And I think the PTSD part is really interesting about it. But I don't enjoy myself watching it. I don't find what are they even called? The blue or
Extremis.
the glowy. I don't find Extremis to be interesting or like, I don't know. I really don't even know how to put into words why I don't like this movie. I just really don't like this movie.
So you're saying it should go in Fantastic?
If you flip the table upside down.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure where to put it then.
If you guys both want in great,
I understand where you're coming from with it. I think there are a lot of bits that drag this movie down. So I would say Jacob says great, I say lower great, you say bad. We compromise middle of good.
all right, I suppose that works. Yeah.
And when I think about it, if I were to have to choose between sitting down and watching Iron Man or Iron Man 3, I'm probably going to go with Iron Man.
Yep. Same.
So there you go. I honest to golly, real quick, I thought we were going to have an argument over the Thor movie. Like a larger argument over the Thor movie. Because I thought it was lower good, aggressively fine. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
That's where it ended up, so Thor the Dark World. I'd like to go ahead and propose this to the group. It's a bad movie.
I mean, if that's where you want to put it, that's where you want to put it, because I have it in aggressively fine. I think it gets more hatred than it needs to. I enjoy watching it more than the first one, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
I do.
I don't like this movie. I will move it to aggressively fine. I'm fine with that.
I have it lower aggressively fine.
Yeah.
Because it's not that good. It's not.
It's not that good. I get annoyed with that movie. I don't think that a lot of parts of that movie are earned. Like the death of his mother and stuff like that. I think that the effects are really good. But that's kind of its only redeeming quality to me. And we wasted Christopher Eccleston on Malekith.
Yeah. This is
Granted,
true.
He's in makeup, so you could bring him back for something else.
Right. I just think it's kind of important when you look at the MCU as a whole. Because, I mean, you're introducing the ether, aka the reality stone.
Sure, but they don't really do anything with it in this movie.
Maybe not, but
it goes inside of Jane Foster, and it just kind of hangs out there, and everybody is kind of just concerned about it, and it doesn't really do anything. Am I insane, or have I just not seen that movie in a while, and I'm forgetting something?
I mean,
which is another problem
it's not
with that movie.
Totally wrong, but at one point Malekith does get his hands on it, and he uses it a little bit for stuff. Don't ask me what stuff is, because it's been a little while since I watched it.
Right.
But yeah, also you have the sibling relationship between Loki and Thor grow so much.
Yes, I would agree with too.
That. And then, like you mentioned, the death of Frigga.
Yeah.
Kind of important for Thor's character a little bit. Jacob just got flashbanged.
I did.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, bottom aggressively fine is totally okay. I'm not trying to argue for it to be in great or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, that works.
Jacob, any thoughts on The Dark World, or have you seen this one?
I have not seen this one, but I know not heard good things from you guys at all about this, so I'm guessing it's going to be in that category of aggressively fine / bad.
Yeah, when we were talking about this, I think we expressly said you can skip that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind
Because
of want to watch it now just to see, but I mean, I
and
might.
feel free, but I feel like it is the ultimate skippable MCU movie.
There's one towards the end that I'd make that argument for, but
There's a few skippable MCU movies, but I don't feel like Thor: The Dark World really provides anything to the overall story that makes it a necessary watch.
fair.
Like even Ant-Man and the Wasp and some of these other ones have a little bit of impact in some way to the overall story, but other than the ether ends up in the collector's hands, which is done in a post-credit scene, by the way,
Mhm.
then, that's pretty much it. It kind of makes me want to put it at top of genuinely bad, though. And I would honestly kind of say the same thing about the Hulk. Am I crazy?
I don't know.
You see, I don't know.
I don't think I can put Hulk in genuinely bad,
Okay.
but Thor maybe.
We'll see what we think. If aggressively fine starts becoming a little nicer looking, then we can bump it down later.
Yeah, list is malleable.
Exactly. Here's one that I think we're going to have very minimal debate on. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Going to pass to Jacob.
Well, that is in the great category. I would say. I don't know if I can get it to fantastic, but
Okay.
I think I mean you can make an argument, and if you guys end up putting it to fantastic, then I would not be complaining. I would not mind that at all. But I don't know. I don't want to make fantastic too oversaturated. But this
Same.
might be the best Captain America movie. I think this is definitely great. Probably top of great. When we get more great, top of great.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Isaac?
I've got tippy top of grade as well. Only reason being, well, two reasons being I don't want to oversaturate the top because there are 3 other movies that I'll put up in Fantastic before this one. That and we already have a cap in Fantastic, and I think we've got it right.
Interesting.
Like I said when we were talking about First Avenger, though, I think it is objectively the best Cap movie.
Yeah, definitely. But he's done it again.
But yeah,
Yeah. Interesting. Could we compromise and say bottom of Fantastic? Because this is definitely top 3 MCU to me.
I could make that work. Yeah, I'm not mad if we want to put it in Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Because what we see here, what we see at the end of Captain America, okay, hang on. What we see at the end of the first Avenger is this man out of time coming to the 21st century, and pretty much a week or so later, the Avengers happens, if you're going off of deleted scenes, right? So he's still fresh out of the ice, trying to understand the real world, and he gets thrown into an alien invasion. It's interesting to me to have him trying to acclimate to the 21st century and the 21st century way of doing things, and realizing maybe that way isn't correct, and maybe we do need to go a little bit old fashioned and all of this. I think that it works for me. You establish the relationship more between him and Natasha, which I think works really well.
It does.
And then also you bring in Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, who is a fun character in that movie. He's not only like fun and kind of goofy, but he's also got a lot of heart in that movie in particular. Cool spy subplot or spy thriller plot. I also hold this one a little bit higher because its events directly play into Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is a show that I have a lot of love for and nostalgia for. So, yeah.
There you go.
I think bottom of fantastic for that one.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I was actually just watching that on a plane recently.
I should watch it again. I say that as if it wasn't on TV like last week.
I was going to say it probably was. All right.
Yeah.
That brings us to Guardians of the Galaxy. Going to throw to Isaac on this one first.
This was one of the reasons why I wanted to keep Winter Soldier in great, because this one also goes in fantastic for me.
Interesting.
You take a group of characters that nobody knows. Tell me
Yep.
you knew who the Guardians were walking into this movie, and I'm going to call you a liar. Because
I'm not going to go there.
your general audience, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. No, yeah. The general audience, yeah.
Because, with Avengers and with all the other movies, at least you've heard the name Iron Man, you've heard the name Captain America.
Right.
Vast majority of people don't know
Drax the Destroyer.
who any of... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you take a group of fairly unknown characters, and by the end of this movie, you're absolutely in love with every single one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
That part of it really elevates this movie for me. It's funny, got a good story to it, got that heart that we were talking about.
There's a lot of heart on that one.
Lot of heart. The opening scene of this movie still gets me to this day, and it is hard to watch. It really is hard to watch, because every time that the mom's like, "Take my hand, Peter, take my hand," I'm like,
oh, that scene. Okay.
but I'm assuming you were thinking about the dancing to get the orb.
Right.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
That part's also great. I love that.
I know
that
what you,
too,
but you're right. The other one is the opening scene.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom instantly hated this movie because of that opening scene,
Because
and it
of
took her
that.
like several rewatches to like it.
Because of the actual opening scene or because of the title sequence?
No, because the actual opening scene,
Yeah.
she didn't know the characters, so she was like, didn't like this because I can't relate to the characters, and the opening scene just scarred me for the rest of the movie, and like whatever.
Right. Well,
but
yeah, there's a large emotional arc there and whatnot, right?
There is, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
It's one that sat in my top 5 for a long time. It was my 5 through the Infinity Saga. There's 2 more that have topped it since, but
there you go. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is fresh in my mind. This one, I would put it. I think Fantastic's good. I think maybe lower end Fantastic, but it definitely isn't Fantastic. It's just a joy. It's a joy from beginning to end. I think the prison scene. I love every part of the prison scene is always memorable to me. The Ronin battle is great with
that guy's leg.
Yeah, I mean, and just the comedic effect with everyone working together is amazing. And I really love Yandu's crew and as a character. there's nothing bad to say about this movie, really. I don't think. I mean, I like, thinking about it. I mean, I guess the opening scene is jarring. I can see that for sure being a jarring thing to see when you just start. But I like how they incorporated it into the future movie a bit, and we'll get to those. But I do. I don't know. I really. This one is definitely. It's got to be in fantastic. I really enjoyed first from start to finish. It had me locked in. I was enjoying it, and the comedy is great.
Indeed. The more that we sit and we talk about it, the more I do kind of feel that you guys are right on that one. Dropping Winter Soldier down to great and having Guardians of the Galaxy and fantastic. This was when, potentially to the detriment of some future movies, this was when we realized that we could kind of cut up and be a little bit more funny. There is a high level of humor in this movie. This is a comedy. This is an action comedy. But it does have that heart. It introduces you to a lot of information and a lot of characters. Yeah.
Yeah, James Gunn's like 10-minute script write of how the Infinity Stones came to be.
Right.
Yeah,
Went on to- yeah.
it's a little important.
It's really funny to me that he is doing the MC, not funny, but like he's doing the DCU now. And like I'm keeping up with Peacemaker on the weekly, and it's really good. And so it's interesting to me though, because he as a director has a very I don't want to call it formulaic style, but
Stylistic, maybe is the word to use.
it's very stylistic, yeah. Stuff like the soundtrack, which I think that this movie is up there in terms of best movie soundtracks, period.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a top movie soundtracks at some point,
Ooh, I like that idea.
because that could be a fun one. But I will say this now. There were 4 or 5 CDs that were ripped onto the old Xbox 360 that is in the basement currently. Back in Black from AC/DC. A Brad Paisley record that I cannot remember the name of. Don't remember the third one. And the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 soundtrack.
Ooh,
It is an excellent soundtrack.
It's excellent, yeah.
And it works with the movie,
Fantastic.
too. Indeed.
It does.
So, yeah, I do agree that that falls into fantastic.
Cool.
Now, before we move to Age of Ultron, you had said something about people wouldn't know the Guardians of the Galaxy. I have a conspiracy theory that I want to propose to you guys. I think that they add characters to cartoons to introduce them to kids years ahead of time to give them familiarity with these characters before they go into the theater. My evidence is that the Guardians of the Galaxy did appear in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and that was how I knew of them before this movie.
There you go.
oh,
And it was a weird lineup too. I got to remember what the lineup was. It was Star-Lord, who was like this serious kind of gritty Star-Lord, right? It was Groot. It was Rocket Raccoon. I want to say it was Moondragon and Adam Warlock were the other two. I want to confirm that
Confirm it.
before I... Wikipedia's not helping me on this one.
What the
That
heck,
is genuinely
Wikipedia?
a good cartoon, though.
I've
that
seen
is-
bits and pieces. I need to go and like fully watch it.
It is definitely worth the watch, actually.
One Piece is real.
Why? Okay, this is bothering me. But like, case in point. Oh. This is excellent audio.
I think we have video.
We do have video. Oh, I guess they were in it. Oh, no, it was Quasar, not
Yeah.
Moondragon. My bad. But Drax and Gamora were not in that show, contrary to what the fandom wiki says. Anyway,
Fair enough.
speaking of things and concepts that were introduced in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Ultron was a big part of that show over multiple seasons. And
Yes, he was.
in 2015, we got Avengers Age of Ultron, the sequel to the first movie. Who did I go to first last time? I'm going to go to Jacob first this time. Jacob, what are your thoughts on the second installment in the Avengers franchise?
This one I did see. I'm glad I did. I like this one. I don't know if it reaches fantastic level. I would say maybe great, but I mean, although I wonder, I'm trying to think about comparing it between the first one and this one. I don't know. I don't know if I can put it above the original one. I like it a lot, but if I guess if we have to put it in fantastic, we could. But I think it'd be below the first one, in my opinion. Just for maybe I'm nostalgia blinded, and that's very possible. But I wouldn't put it ahead of the original Avengers, which may be a hot take. I don't know.
I don't think that's a hot take.
No, at least not from me here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll throw to Isaac next.
I could fight top or bottom of great, but I'd go top of good.
I would agree.
Dang.
It's solid, but when you look at the other, we'll call it three and a half, if you really want to go there, Avengers movies,
Yeah.
you know, it's there. It's one of the Avengers movies of all time.
It is
The opening
Avengers movie.
scene is great.
Yes.
It's so good. I just feel like Ultron's one of those guys, right, that I feel like could have been a bigger, overarching villain than just, one and done, which maybe we'll see with the Vision show or something like that. But at this point, that's all speculation. So, yeah. I will say, though, it does have one of, if not the biggest effects on the MCU as a whole, at least going into phase 3. With the whole Sokovia thing.
Yeah.
Kind of a big plot point in a couple movies. Introduces Scarlet Witch, or I guess at this point it was just Wanda Maximoff. But also the Quicksilver thing. I was like, really?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Just gonna kill Quicksilver in the one movie he's in?
I wonder if part of that,
Okay.
though, is because at that point they didn't have rights to Magneto.
Right.
So you were already out of the gate not doing their comic book origin story or their comic book character directions. So just dropping them in the middle of all of this, I don't know. Plus, I mean, as dumb as this sounds, one of them had to die.
It did. Yeah, you're right.
And
Especially given,
Yep.
right. Like,
The
I mean,
Magneto
I
and
don't mean to
whatnot.
be like that, but like with the stakes of Ultron, there's this expectation of stakes. Yeah, that sounds dumb, but you know what I mean. I did not word that correctly. I never word anything correctly. But
This is the Display Shelf podcast. We don't word things.
we don't speak English and we don't read. Now, um, yeah, some as morbid as it sounds, somebody had to die in this movie, and given future things that occur, I'm glad that it wasn't Hawkeye, because I think we were all pretty sure it was going to be Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it wasn't, because I liked his character through the rest of the MCU.
Same. Yeah, I really liked him in this movie, actually.
Yeah. I think he was one of the better characters in this movie, along with, I would argue, Ultron. I really enjoyed James Spader as Ultron.
He was really good, yeah.
Yeah. Very threatening.
Yeah, it's
very
just
good,
one of
very
those where you look at what we have left to go up in that great and fantastic category, that this one just lags behind a little bit.
Sadly so, yeah.
I would be fine with top of good.
Yep, top of good is fine with me.
Although I feel weird about that, because that Iron Man is right there staring at me.
I like this one. I like it more than Iron Man.
Interesting. I think that the thing that draws me back on this one is what I will refer to as Joss Whedon quippy time. There's a lot of quips and a lot of playfulness in this one when it's Ultron. He's trying to end civilization. We didn't do that in the first movie. Why are we doing it in this movie? You know.
Right.
But it's one thing if you're doing it while you're taking down the Hydra base, getting Loki's scepter, but if you're doing it, you know,
trying to protect the core of Sokovia, yeah,
and evacuating civilians. But yeah, good movie, I think, overall. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this was a fun one.
Was this our second look at Josh Brolin's Thanos as well?
Indeed.
With the first being in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Indeed.
Jacob, what are you laughing about down there?
Nothing.
You just had this very amused look on your face.
I think just my resting face, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just a happy guy.
That's a nice resting face to have. I hate to know what mine looks like.
Frowny McFrowny pants over there.
Yep. That brings us to Ant-Man to round out phase 2.
Yay, Ant-Man.
Isaac, I'm throwing to you on this one.
Every bone, or my heart's telling me to put it in great, because it's such a fun movie, but my brain's telling me to put it in good somewhere. It's such a fun, like, heist movie, and
it's a silly movie. Yeah.
Scott Lang is great. Paul Rudd does an excellent job with him. It's fun. It's not, the greatest movie of all time, but it's one that I can constantly go back to and rewatch and enjoy it every time.
Yeah. Jacob, who is now out of focus on his camera. What are your thoughts on this?
Come on, get back in focus. There we go.
There he is.
I have not seen any of the Ant-Man, sadly, so I do not have a definitive opinion on these.
Yeah, the first Ant-Man movie, I do really enjoy it. it's we putting it at bottom of great?
I could be convinced.
Great could use some more movies in there.
Great could. Well, it's got a few more coming up. But
Yeah, I think bottom of great is a good place. I do really enjoy that one. That one's just a fun time at the movies, and for me, that counts.
it accomplished exactly what it needed to be.
Yes. Now, again though, I am sitting here and I am asking myself, is Iron Man a better movie than Ant-Man? And part of me really wants to answer yes to that question, but that is also a personal thing.
Yeah, because I'd say absolutely not.
Interesting. I also feel like they're two entirely different movies, so
They
comparing
are,
them to one
absolutely.
another is hard. This is an action comedy, just like this
Yeah.
one. All right, here comes a fun one. Captain America Civil War.
Indubitably.
Going to throw
Wanna go
to
first?
Jacob first on this one.
I love this movie, and we see Bucky, so that's automatically makes it a good movie. Top of great, I would say. Top of great. I mean, man, just and it's like one of the few examples too, like you see like of like two of the superheroes kind of duking it out, like when they should be together, but they're duking it out in the movie, which I think is super a cool little concept that they do in this movie. Definitely, and it has to be top of great, I think.
All right,
And
there
Bucky.
you go.
Did I mention Bucky?
You did
Oh, yeah,
mention
Bucky.
Bucky. Okay, so Jacob says top of great. Isaac, what are your thoughts on Captain America Civil War?
I'm right there too. I think it is my least favorite of the Cap movies, but when you're looking at First Avenger and Winter Soldier as your other two in competition, it's not exactly like oh wow, this movie's
Right.
awful because it's the worst in its trilogy. Yeah. It's Avengers 2.5 though. It really is. It's not it's a Captain America movie, but it's not really a Captain America movie, is it?
Well,
uh,
I think that it is a Captain America movie. When you look at it when you look at it from the standpoint of everything that is going down has a direct impact on Captain America the person.
Right.
And that's what kind of makes it. I mean, the Bucky stuff, did Bucky assassinate, the King of Wakanda? That whole thing. The only thing that really has no effect on Captain America in this movie, I would argue, is the introduction of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that has more of an effect on Tony Stark than it does on Iron Man or on Captain America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like we've got the Bucky storyline going on here. We've got the relationship between Steve and Wanda, which is this, I don't want to say father-daughter because it's definitely not that, but it's like mentor-mentee relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta know.
What's up?
Since it was the debate when this movie came out, Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
Where do you think I wound up?
I'm gonna assume you went Team Cap because you know ball.
Yeah. No, I went Team Cap all the way. Jacob, what about you?
Cap. Team Cap.
Good. I'm glad we're all on the right side. Yeah, that's good.
The other thing is that I think that they handled, having gone back and read Civil War as part of my getting into comic books, I think that they handled that well. They the excuse me. The Superhero Registration Act side of it. And the idea that the superheroes need regulated, otherwise there's too much collateral damage. Being able to fold that concept into the MCU, I thought was a really good idea. Or it was really well done the way that they did it.
Definitely.
Because it wasn't
Yeah.
just one big event like it was in Civil War. It was, here's all of these different things that the Avengers have been directly involved in or in and around that have caused a lot of global issues, essentially.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah, great movie.
Checking my time. Doctor Strange. Gonna throw to Isaac.
Underrated.
Oh, yeah?
I quite like Doctor Strange. I'd put it up in great. I understand if you guys don't want to put it in great, that's cool. But I have such a good time with this movie, and the magicalness of it is really cool to me. And everything they do there. It's different from what we've seen thus far.
Yeah.
Like you're starting to get into the magical realm of Marvel a little bit more here. Well, not a little bit more, a lot more.
You dive in, yeah.
Yeah, head first, yeah. But it's such a bizarre movie, and I love that about it.
It is, yeah. Jacob, where do you stand on Doctor Strange?
I'm not against putting it in great. I think top of good is also reasonable. Um, I do like the Doctor Strange movies. I think that I've come around on them a lot since I first seen them, but I think after rewatching it is I think they are pretty good, and I think Doctor Strange as a character, I think Cumberbatch does a great job as Doctor Strange. I think that's one of the better MCU portrayals. So I'm not against putting it in great for sure. I think great. I don't know much about Ant-Man, so I think great would be reasonable. I think that's fair.
I kind of want to put it at top of good, personally. What do you guys think about that?
That's cool with me. I mean,
Yeah,
it's of all the movies that I have in great, it's the bottom of my great tier, so
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
That's fair.
Like
Yeah.
it is a good movie. He has a good character arc throughout it
He does.
with his personal journey. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it, honestly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Um, yeah.
There you
I
go.
mean, yeah, that's
Yep.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Good movie. Good tier. Yeah. No, yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this gambit. I think that it also falls in the good tier. I feel like it's a good movie, but I don't think that it's relevant viewing for the MCU, if I'm honest. And yeah.
Spot on. Pretty much exactly what I would say about this movie too. Is like it's a fun movie to watch.
It's a fun movie.
After
to watch.
Effects are basically nothing.
Right. I need to watch it again. Is one thing.
It's a step down from the first one for sure. I mean,
Definitely.
it doesn't compete with the first one. I just watches again, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I like how it introduces Mantis. That's cool. I like the it is like when you're right when you say like it doesn't really affect the MCU that much. because the majority of it is just Star-Lord's dad,
Right.
and not very important. I mean, interesting storyline, and it has one of the best memes of all time. So that it has that going for it.
True, the meme ability is very good.
Yeah,
Now I know that sounds bad.
bad. So it,
I also-
it has that to it. So
yeah.
Apparently, me when I flame Iron Man 3. Now I know this sounds bad.
what?
Hey, man. It's a good movie. Anyway. I also don't think that the soundtrack is as
It's not as good.
poignant on this one. Mr. Blue Sky that was a fun little opening scene, but that's about as the extent of it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I do like I don't know. I like the little Groot, and do you know if you remember the post credit scene with like the teenage Groot? I like that. That was cool too. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but
Yeah.
I think that was kind of funny. But I don't. I think some like the part of the movie where like they have little Groot like go out and get Yondu's headpiece.
Right.
That was
I
a
think
good bit.
it's a good bit. I think it draws off a little too long, but it's a good bit though. I think.
Yeah, this was the first one where I started realizing, oh, the MCU has a movie length problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. In some instances. In some instances that we're going to talk about imminently. Yeah, so good. Good movie. Good tier.
Good. It's definitely the
Spider-Man.
movie that's holding Guardians back from being the best MCU trilogy.
Yes. Yes.
Because 1 is obviously we've put it in fantastic, and 3 I would also put up in fantastic, to be honest.
So, full disclosure,
Yes.
I still have not
True.
seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
Get on it, man. It's a great movie.
Because it came out
It's
like
good.
what,
Adam
2021,
Warlock in
2022?
this.
Somewhere around there. I think 22 sounds about
Yeah.
right.
And I was not really going to see movies at that point. I was just like, I'm not feeling Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But
Have you seen the Christmas one?
I have not. That's another thing that I've heard is good.
It's good. It's fun.
It's not too bad. It's fun.
Introduces
to
something
watch.
that's a little bit important.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
you know, it's
there
yeah.
you go. There you go. What we do get to next is the first installment of the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, 2 of which we're going to cover in this video. Spider-Man Homecoming, featuring Michael Keaton as the Vulture, Tony Stark, and Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, and, you know, a bunch of other characters. I don't know why I started going through the cast.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's a good cast.
Spider-Man. Who did I throw to first last time?
It was me.
Oh, I didn't. I threw to me last time. Isaac.
Oh, yeah,
What
that's
are your
true.
thoughts on Spider-Man?
Apparently, it makes me a hater for thinking it's not that good.
What? Okay.
Interesting. Why is that?
You're
a hater.
It's too much Tony Stark. It
That
doesn't
I
feel like a
agree
Spider-Man
with.
movie until, you know, the end when he
Iron Man 4.
gets his Spider-Man moment. But yeah, it's Iron Man 4 featuring Spider-Man powers.
Yeah, that's actually kind of accurate.
And just I don't know, it's one I really need to rewatch because I haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay.
But doesn't do anything for me, especially I really like Spider-Man as a character. I've always said that he's one of, if not my favorite Marvel character.
Right.
And this one, it just didn't hit quite as much as, you know, Andrew or Toby did, for example.
Interesting.
At least in the movies we're going to be discussing. So with that being said, my placement on my personal list is top of Aggressively Fine.
Whoa. Now.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, that's tough.
Okay.
Of course, looking at our list, about half of what we have in good is either in Aggressively Fine or in Genuinely Bad. So
Right, okay, interesting. Jacob, I'm going to throw to you next before I start fighting Isaac on Spider-Man Homecoming. Because I have a weird take about the Spider-Man Home trilogy, but I'm going to throw to Jacob here.
I think good is getting oversaturated, but I also want to put it in good. But I think it's getting oversaturated a little bit here. Um, maybe move something down. I don't know.
I
Maybe
hear that. Move Iron
no.
Man 3 to the bottom.
No.
No, I don't know about
If
that.
anything in this row is getting moved down to aggressively fine, it's Thor.
Agreed.
Here, I'd do that. I would move that
All right.
down.
So we'll move that down. Are we
Yeah, move
still
that
sure?
down, and then
Go ahead.
Spider-Man. I put in the middle of good, honestly. Like,
Interesting.
actually, yeah, it's not as good as Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy,
Interesting.
and it's definitely not as good as Avengers. Maybe in between that, Avengers and Iron Man. Yeah, that's probably about fair. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what I think. I mean, you can
Wow.
change it out of your liking, but
So, am I blinded by my Spider-Man like kind of childhood fandom? Because to me, when it comes to the movies, cinematically, this is my Spider-Man. My live action
Interesting.
cinematic Spider-Man. My Spider-Man is the 90s animated Spider-Man, but we're not going to talk about that here. They spend a lot of time with Peter Parker in this movie.
They do.
And I think that it works to benefit that movie and what it means to be Spider-Man and why, and it sets up his arc. How am I wanting to phrase this? Spider-Man Homecoming is not Tom Holland's Spider-Man origin story. It is the first part of his origin story, with the whole 3-movie trilogy being him becoming Spider-Man. To me, and this might be a hot take, to me, Tom Holland's Spider-Man does not become legitimate Spider-Man, spoiler alert, until Aunt May dies in No Way Home. That is the moment that makes him Spider-Man.
Agreed.
This is the first step of him being Spider-Man, which is, it's not the fancy gadgets or whatever that makes me Spider-Man. It is the fact that I want to do it. And the fact that I can. And that I feel the need to. So, I'm fine with good. I would like to stick it at the bottom of great. But I'm fine. I do kind of want to stick it above Age of Ultron if that's fine. Personally. But I think also we get to see like a proper high school age Spider-Man this time around. Like I don't feel like that really got conveyed very well with Garfield or Maguire. And then I do also want to point out Michael Keaton is really good in this movie.
He is.
As the Vulture.
He's good.
That scene with them in the car where he slowly pieces together that he's Spider-Man, phenomenal. Arguably, I think one of the best scenes in the MCU. Standalone scenes, of course. But I'm fine with sticking it in good. But I think that it's bottom of great, personally.
I like where it's at.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. So Spider-Man Homecoming is in the good tier. Interested to see where this one falls. Thor Ragnarok. Going to throw to Jacob first.
Thor Ragnarok gets the seal of fantastic approval for me. That is definitely in fantastic. And although it does not, I don't think it goes above. I don't think it goes above Guardians of the Galaxy though. So maybe it's lower fantastic. But I think I have a Guardians of the Galaxy bias. So maybe you guys can change it around. But um, I think I watched this recently and it was really, really good. And it definitely beats the original Thor. No question about it.
No doubt.
I hope that I don't know. I'm curious because I'm not sure what your guys' perceptions are of all these movies. If that's a common consensus of Ragnarok being pretty darn good.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it is because it felt good to me. It felt like it was a great watch.
It not before I throw to Isaac. I agree that it falls into fantastic. I think what's really interesting with some of these comedy ones, I think Taika Waititi does it well as a director, and I think James Gunn does it well overall. You mix that light tone with heavy themes and strong character work. And if you do it right, it works. This is a funny movie, but at the end of the day, half of Asgard dies. You know what or Asgard, the planet, is gone by the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's because of Satan.
Yep. Thanks,
And
Satan.
that's pretty much it, you know? Yeah, I think fantastic. Isaac, what are your thoughts?
There's definitely a world where I could put it in fantastic, so I don't mind if that's the overall consensus. Personally, I'd go like top of great. But I'm more than happy to go fantastic. It's just there's two other movies that I'm putting in fantastic. So I don't want to, oversaturate it too much.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. It's right up there. So yeah, I don't mind it going fantastic.
Yeah,
that's
for
where we wanna
me,
go.
it's between bottom of fantastic, top of great. Because I do think that the comedy of it works. I do think that there's parts of it that might be a little too much, but maybe I'm also like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Top of grade or bottom of fantastic? Where do we think? I am non-committal to either.
I'm pushing more for top of great, but if we want to put bottom fantastic, that's
I'll agree
cool.
because there's some movies coming up that could be fantastic. So I'll agree with that.
I mean, we could stick as many as we want wherever we want, but
True. It's true.
I there's just something about it that's holding me back. I don't think that it has quite the amount of heart that like a Guardians of the Galaxy has.
agreed.
I think that it has
sure.
heart, but yeah. I think that's what's
some of
holding
the
it back for me.
stuff with right around the middle area with the what's the planet called? What's the trash planet called?
Great
I don't know.
question.
But yeah,
can't
that part of the
remember.
movie, there are parts in there where I'm like, okay, let's keep it pushing, pal.
Yeah. Definitely.
But very, very solid.
Indeed. I would argue good at character arc for the Hulk as well. The start
Yes.
of his character arc. Okay. This next one's going to be interesting. Black Panther.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to throw to Jacob first on this one. No, wait. Did I throw to Jacob first on the last one?
I think you did, yeah.
I'll go to Isaac first on this one.
That's good. That's about all I have to say. It's good. I
All right.
like it less and less every time I watch it.
I have that syndrome as well.
Syndrome. You sly dog.
That being said, Jacob, what are your thoughts?
We're gonna need a second. My camera stopped for some reason. Sorry.
His video has frozen, so I will talk while he's dealing with that. I want to say bottom of great. I do recognize that this is a good movie. I think Killmonger is one of the better
Okay.
villains in the MCU. From the standalone movie standpoint, he might be the best. Up there with maybe Vulture. Yeah, I think so. I think that the cast works really well in this movie. I think that the action, aside from the CGI fight scene, is really good. I think most of the effects in this movie are solid until you get to the big CGI train fight scene,
Yeah.
in which case it
Yeah,
looks
that's-
like video
that's rough.
game. I think they were saving the CGI budget for Infinity War, but anyway. I want to say bottom of great. Because it does work for T'Challa's character.
It
And I
does.
think that Killmonger's character works. The only character that I feel like could use more development during this is Shuri, which is a shame because of what has to happen in the next movie due to real world events.
Right.
So, there you go. Jacob, what are your thoughts on Black Panther?
I do like Black Panther. I like there's definitely stronger movies out there than Black Panther. And um I don't know. I think top of good is reasonable. I don't know if I put it in great, but I think top of good is reasonable for old BP.
I have been outvoted, so top of good it is.
I
For
mean,
the old
personally,
Black
I have Strange above it. I have Ultron above it.
Interesting.
Which is interesting because when it first came out, it was actually one of my favorite MCU movies. But every time I've watched it since, I'm like, eh.
I feel like it doesn't age very well. There's some of these movies. I don't think Hulk ages particularly well. I don't think that Thor ages particularly well. And I don't think that Black Panther ages well. And I think that part of it is because T'Challa's character arc is forced to drop off due to
Right.
Chadwick Boseman's death. And it's something that I recognize that they cannot help. But, you know, it's I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. On to the next big one, which is Avengers Infinity War.
I
This
don't
is
know
a
if
big
there's
one.
a conversation to be had here.
I don't think there is.
To be totally honest
No
with you.
notes.
Is it
Fantastic, no
fantastic?
notes.
Actually, absolutely garbage.
Is it
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
top
Fantastic,
of
no notes.
fantastic?
For now,
We'll get into that later. Yeah, it's fantastic. Thanos is an excellent villain. The biggest shock of the century.
100%.
And I'm so like I feel like the snap is to our generation what I Am Your Father is to the past.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Even though, let's be real here, if you read the comic books, you knew it was going to happen. And
Right.
I remember, I'm not going to name the teacher, but I was in high school at this point. Math teacher, if you know, you know. Really nice guy. We were sitting there, we were talking about it, and he goes, it's going to end with them all dying. And I'm like, there's no way. He goes, this is what happens in this comic book. And I go, sure, but it's a movie. They've done a lot of things differently. He goes, I will acknowledge. But don't be surprised.
He knew the whole thing.
He knew.
He knew something we didn't.
He knew. And that's okay.
Does he know?
Does bro know?
Does bro know?
He knows.
But yeah.
What happened to his name?
That I remember when that movie ended, and we were walking out of the theater. Nobody was saying a word.
Yes.
It was dead silent.
It was
like nobody was like, "Wow, great movie, yay!"
That was the only time.
Correct it.
So I had watched it. Yeah, I had watched it in the theaters with my family. And that was the only time where we all walked out of the theater, got in the car, and drove home before anybody could compute any kind of word to say about it. It was that just breathtaking. And not breathtaking. It left us all speechless.
You're breathtaking.
It was...
I think that is the cinematic moment of
our generation.
Of our generation.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say the century.
Yeah. I mean, that too.
Thus far, maybe.
Thus far. Yeah. I mean, when you're talking about best scenes in the MCU, underrated gem is when, because of course everybody talks about Thor's arrival to Wakanda.
Right.
Great scene. I'm not going to argue that it's not. Underrated. Wanda and Vision are struggling against Corvus Glaive and what's her nuts in the train station.
Right.
Train goes by. You see a silhouette behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Spear gets thrown out from the shadows. There's Cap catching it. Cinema.
Excellent.
Cinema.
A perfect reveal of the Nomad Captain America.
Correct.
All right, so Ant-Man and the Wasp. To go from that high to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Hasn't seen it.
Hadn't seen it. No.
That's fine. Isaac, what are your thoughts?
Aggressively fine.
Completely agree.
Really?
Damn. Yeah. It's not like it doesn't accomplish anything other than the end credit scene, basically.
It doesn't really do anything. I don't think that it is as fun as the first movie.
Yep.
I don't think that it continues the spirit of the first movie, if there is a spirit to be had. Aggressively fine is right where I would put it. I don't think that there was anything absolutely atrocious about this movie, but aggressively fine.
And then, like you said, this is the movie that followed up Infinity War.
Yeah. Yep.
That certainly didn't help its stocks.
It did not. And it probably didn't help this next one either with Captain Marvel.
Let me get my thoughts out of the way real quick.
Okay.
Bottom.
I know this is going.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All the way. I might know. Depends on what you say.
Thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, if we gotta have something in the
I don't think it's as bad
bottom
as Thor: The
category.
Dark World.
if we have to have something in the, if we have to have one thing in the bottom Marvels, but maybe I don't know. I haven't seen Dark World, so I can't really say that's worse than Marvels. But
I
I don't
mean,
know. I like to be positive with most movies, so I hate to put it in the worst category, but in this case there has to be a worst, and I don't know if it deserves the bottom, but I think if we had to put something
well,
there, I think that might be it.
and maybe we need to rethink the name of Genuinely Bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say this about the MCU as a whole. I don't feel like the MCU has made an absolutely terrible movie like the likes of Ben Affleck's Daredevil or Fan Four Stick or
Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker or
Fan
The
force.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 or allegedly Spider-Man 3, although I think it's a funny watch nowadays.
I like Spider-Man 3.
It's
I've
a
always liked Spider-Man 3.
funny watch, yeah. So,
That's
do we need to change the name of Genuinely Bad?
probably to worst of the bunch. Something
There you
along
go.
those lines.
Yeah, I like that idea. Sorry, Marvels.
My thing with this movie is I don't like Captain Marvel. I don't like
her.
the portrayal of her. Yeah. I don't like what they did with the cat in Nick Fury's eye. I know that's kind of like a minor detail, but I'm like they say something about it in Winter Soldier.
Last time I
And
trusted
then
somebody, I lost an eye, and then it's a
yeah,
cat.
turns out he just got scratched in the face
it's an
by
alien.
a non-cat.
Right.
Yeah. So that
Oh,
sucked.
yeah.
Story wasn't there for it. Yeah, I don't like this movie very much.
Yeah. Jacob, any additional thoughts
Um,
before we throw this in the worst of the bunch tier?
yeah.
I'm sitting here.
Regrettably so. I wish it was better. But
I do wish that it was better because Captain Marvel in the comics is a good character.
yeah.
I do not think that this portrayal of Captain Marvel is very good. I don't find her likable. I don't agree with her story. Well, not agree with her story. I don't find her story relatable or anything. I feel like most of this movie relies on 90s nostalgia.
Yep.
I think that the best part of the movie is the visual effects on Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
And I think he carries this movie, but I don't think it's very good. I do like within the context of this movie, I like the switching roles of the Kree and the Skrulls. Of the Kree being the aggressors and the Skrulls being the kind of good guys, if you will. I don't like it in the context of the MCU, where we're trying to sell Secret Invasion down the line.
Mm-hmm. Well, that never existed, so it's fine.
Right. But I liked it in the context of this movie. Do I think that it redeems the movie? No. So I do feel that Worst of the Bunch is warranted. However, I do feel that that is needed for Thor: The Dark World as well.
That's fair. I could get on board with that.
Where do we stand on Hulk with the new grading category? I still think it falls into aggressively fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being aggressively fine.
Yeah.
It's got redeemable qualities to it.
So we talked about this movie in the past. So it's going to the top, right? Endgame.
Yep.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
think
no
so.
This is a fantastic no note situation part two.
I would agree. That
I
is
think
the
we've
only
talked about it
time
before. Oh yeah,
we
go ahead.
definitely have. That is the only time I have ever cried in a movie theater.
I bawled during this movie
Yes.
several times.
Yes.
Such a good movie. So good.
I think we've discussed it in the past on the podcast too.
We definitely have.
Where we say Infinity War is objectively better.
It is.
But
I
given
would
the relevance of Endgame and how important of a movie it was, not only for, you know, just watchability's sake, but it's the end of an era.
it is.
I mean, technically, if you look at the phase list,
Right.
Far
The
From
only
Home
other
is,
movie
but-
that we have here is a Spider-Man movie, and it is an epilogue to Endgame.
right.
A 2.5-hour epilogue at that.
Yep. But we'll save thoughts on that for a second.
Indeed.
So we're talking about peak game.
It
Big game.
you get the end of the stories of a lot of these characters that is satisfying for each of them.
It
It's
is.
not, it's completely, everything in Endgame is earned, I would argue. Whether it be
And all
the self-sacrifice of Natasha to Tony Stark's to Steve going back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, reference back to what I was talking about a little bit ago with Avengers, that one scene in the lab. Oh, everything special about you came out of a bottle.
Right.
You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play. Well, Cap lifted Mjolnir.
He's lifting the
Tony
hammer.
made the sacrifice play, which,
Yep.
oh my god, that scene still gives me goosebumps every time. The Cap Mjolnir scene.
Oh, that one's awesome.
So, story time for when this movie came out. I was a senior in high school when this came out, and so senior skip day was the week after this movie came out. I bargained with my parents. I was like, I will go to school on senior skip day if you let me skip school today to go see Endgame. And that's exactly what happened. So there I am
That's
sitting
funny.
in a movie theater at like 12:30 p.m. and I had been told that one of Cap or Iron Man was going to die.
Right.
And so, Cap was getting his butt kicked real bad during the big 3 fight.
Oh, I know.
And so I was like, oh my God, they're going to kill Cap right here. And it's going to be like motivation for everybody else to like get back and, assemble.
Yep.
And so I was already like tears streaming down my face. I was like, oh my God, they're going to kill my favorite character. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then, Thor's about to get beheaded and whatnot. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden the hammer moves. And I'm like,
There's no way.
oh, my dad's the biggest Cap fan you'll find. And so when we went to go see it later that night, I saw this movie twice in one day. 6 times total in the theater.
Wow.
But yeah, we went to go see it that night. He's sitting next to me. I'm just waiting for that scene to pop up again. And it does. And he just goes, yeah. It's
Yeah,
great.
man. It's awesome.
Oh,
It's
so much is. I
everything
could rave
is
about
earned.
this movie forever.
Everything is earned, and it is the. I don't think that it is the perfect movie, but I think that it is the perfect cinematic experience to culminate the MCU.
Yep.
And I would go as far as to argue that Far From Home is a good epilogue. I think it falls into good. I don't think that it falls into great. But Isaac, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home?
I don't think you're gonna be very happy with me.
Getting ready to you just don't like Tom Holland Spider-Man, do you?
No Way Home was in my top 5 before Fantastic Four came out.
Fair enough. Well, can't say anything about that because there's 2 other Spider-Mans in there, but that is the best
Sure,
of the 3.
but that wasn't the main reason. I mean, it definitely helped, but
yeah.
Yeah. No, I have Far From Home low, aggressively fine. I
Interesting.
debated in my list putting it in the bottom.
Wow. Any particular reason as to why?
Huh.
Once again, you get that Iron Man influence, which already threw me off with Homecoming.
Right.
Mysterio, just as a character.
You just don't
At
like
least
him.
how he's portrayed in this context.
Yeah.
His whole motivation. So here's my thing, right? So his
I
whole
know where you're
thing,
going with this. Yeah.
he's trying to become an Avenger, right? He's trying to be the next big thing in the superhero world. So he manufactures these giant fights that happen, right? So what happens when, he does get accepted into whatever program he wants to get accepted into with the Avengers and superheroes and whatnot? What happens then? He can't generate actual real world fights. Sure, he's got control of the drones, but that's like, there's only so far you can go with that.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I understand that.
That being said, the scene, and you know exactly which one I'm talking about, the hallucination scene in the middle of the movie, S-tier Spider-Man scene.
Oh yeah. Any of the Mysterio dream sequences were great in this movie.
They were.
Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm kind of surprised that you're putting it that low. I thought it's honestly pretty good, but um, I I don't know. I thought it was like I think it's lower end great. Honestly,
Interesting.
this is a really nice epilogue. I think, and I don't know. I think it's I can understand why you'd put it there, and I think it's hard to. I mean, it's going to be hard to capitalize after Endgame.
Yeah.
So it already has that going against it, but I think. I think it's a great Spider-Man movie, and I think it's one of the ones I've watched, one of the few I've watched multiple times. So I think it's kind of, maybe that's part of the my ranking, just because my blinded by bias, maybe. But I don't know. I like this one. I think it deserves a little higher, but I'm willing to negotiate.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's somewhere in good then.
Yeah, I do agree. It is definitely somewhere in good. I think it is definitely it's the second part of an origin story. I'm still of the opinion that you have to look at the trilogy as a whole for the Spider-Man, what I will refer to as the Spider-Man Home trilogy. That is his origin story to becoming the Spider-Man that we all want. So because of what we set up with the relationship with Tony Stark, it would make sense that somebody he's looked up to and has had as this mentor figure, you're gonna have to process that. And I would argue, we needed some kind of view into the world after Endgame. And I think this was a good way of doing it. Not only the logistics of a post-blip world, if you will, but also they even go as far as to introduce the existential threat of the Avengers don't exist anymore. who's gonna save us when stuff goes down, you know? I do think good. I think it falls into good.
Fair enough.
I would say under Iron Man.
I'm okay with that.
All right. So, we have finished up the tier list. So here we go. In order to determine what the greatest MCU movie is, we're going to go this way. Is Guardians of the Galaxy better than the Avengers?
I vote no.
No.
I would agree. Is the Avengers better than Infinity War? Here's where we're going to start fighting.
No.
Is Avengers better than Infinity War?
No.
No.
Is Infinity War better than Endgame?
In the context of best MCU movie, no.
No, I don't think it is.
Fair enough. That leaves us with Endgame and First Avenger.
Endgame's better.
Endgame is
Yes,
going
I
to
agree. Endgame's
top
better.
that list. I am happy with this list, I think.
I'd even go Infinity War over.
Yeah. Yep, and I can make that change. There we go.
Yeah. Let's see. Personally, I'd move Strange up, but I know we're compromising there.
Yeah.
I'd move both Spider-Mans down. Iron Man 3 would be at the bottom. But yeah, otherwise, I'm fairly okay with where we're at.
So that is right. According to the Display Shelf podcast, Avengers Endgame is the greatest MCU film.
You heard it here first, folks.
I agree.
From
I would agree with that.
our point of view. So that brings us to the end of our Infinity Saga retrospective. Kind of. Because we could probably talk a little bit more about it. To which I ask a dangerous question. What do we think that the Infinity Saga... Why do we think that the quality has dropped off with the Multiverse Saga? I'm curious as to... Because you look at it from... I'm not even just talking about the story-wise. I'm talking about views and box office, and part of that is probably due to the pandemic. Has the world changed that much? I mean, I know that Disney Plus was not around when Endgame was coming out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do some of these newer movies hold up? Do some of these... Is there a quality issue or...
I think part of it, one, superhero fatigue. You just went, 11 years, 23 movies.
Right.
That is
That
big. Wow.
that definitely plays a factor to it. The other thing is when it comes to Endgame, you finished off pretty much all of the character arcs for the characters that people fell in love with to start with. So it's the process of essentially trying to recreate what the beginning of the Infinity Saga did with introducing all these new characters, and there just being so much going on at this point that people have just kind of lost interest. They don't want to reignite the flame with new characters. They're satisfied with the end that they had, because it's a conversation my dad and I have had a lot. because every time a new Marvel movie comes out, he's like, I'll see it, but I'm not that interested in it. Story ended with Endgame.
The story
I think
ended with
that's
Endgame, yeah.
that's the big defining factor. But then you look at the quality of each film and whatnot, because honestly, there's only a handful of movies that have come out for the MCU since Endgame that I would put in the great tier.
Yeah.
Everything else either falls in good, a lot of aggressively fine, and a couple of the worst of the bunch.
Yeah, definitely.
So that definitely is a factor.
Yeah, I think that part of it is the stories ended, and I also think, interestingly enough, I think Sam Wilson and Bucky are the only two characters that got the rub to be A-list characters before their main character dipped. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everybody knows who Bucky Barnes is now. Everybody knows
Right.
about the Falcon. Stuff that, 10 years ago, people wouldn't have thought. Maybe not 10, because it's 20. Gosh, that's 2015. Moses. 20 years ago.
That's not good.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I've pretty much been in the boat of Endgame was it, and everything else is extracurricular.
Yeah. Which is probably a
Like-
fair statement.
Yeah, I know. I said Fantastic Four was kind of the breaking point. If that was, not good, then I was probably gonna consider myself pretty much done. I was gonna keep watching them probably, but I wasn't gonna invest myself in it.
You were going to read
Oh,
the
that's
synopsis on Wikipedia or watch it on a Sunday afternoon on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be like a day one. Hey, I have to be here.
Right.
But since
Exactly.
Fantastic Four was good, I have to see Doomsday right away and see where that goes. And
When does Doomsday come out?
at this point, never,
Yeah, you're probably right.
because now Spider-Man 4 is coming out before it.
What?
What?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that
think Spider-Man
probably-
4 is supposed to come out next summer, and
Oh,
Doomsday I
probably
think is
makes
supposed to come
more
out in
sense.
December.
Oh,
It does, yeah.
no.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yawn.
Yawn.
I think that kind of concludes. There's good stuff in the Multiverse Saga. The problem is there's a lot of bad stuff in the
A lot of bad
Multiverse
stuff.
Saga, and there's a lot of mid stuff in the Multiverse Saga. I think Quantumania is bad. I think the Marvels was aggressively fine.
Didn't even see it.
Secret Wars was horrendous. I think that is genuinely the worst thing I have ever seen. Not Secret Wars, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion, yeah.
Yeah.
The secret is it's bad.
The secret is
The secret is nobody watched it because it was so bad.
it was bad. And you know what's worse is that, again, nostalgia has a tendency to blind me. Secret Invasion was a big part. I loved Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes as a kid, the cartoon. And that was a major story arc. And it was done very well in that cartoon. And I was like, you've got a template for how to do it. Why are we doing it with none of the major heroes? So,
For the funny.
For the funny.
For the funny.
Spider-Man could be a Skrull. Best I can do is Rhodey.
Best I can do is Rhodey
I can do about 350.
during pivotal moments of his character arc that
About
should never have been retconned.
350.
I was going to say. Yeah.
Yikes.
Ironheart was decent, by the way.
Still haven't watched it.
It was actually, honestly, it was pretty good for what it was. Pretty happy
I'm
with
so behind on all of the shows.
The only ones that you really need to watch. Here's Garrett's crash course to catching up on the MCU. Watch WandaVision. That one's pretty good.
WandaVision, eh?
Yeah, watch that one.
I've heard
Watch
good things.
Loki. That one's phenomenal. What else? Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yep.
Daredevil was phenomenal. Well,
Netflix Daredevil was phenomenal.
Netflix Daredevil was phenomenal. Parts of Born Again were really good. The first episode of Born Again is amazing.
Oof.
It is very clear that there were reshoots that were done to Born Again. If you watch it, it will feel like two different shows. What else? I think that's it, honestly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
I mean,
Loki, WandaVision, Daredevil. Those are the big three. Moon Knight.
Yeah.
If you really want to. But
Moon Knight was good for parts of it.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
I'm
it'll
curious
have
to
any...
see where they reintroduce him.
I don't think they will. Yeah. Anyway, that will bring us to the end of our Infinity Saga discussion. Therefore, there's only one thing left to do, and that is the game.
All right. I was the grand loser of the last contest. And Garrett continues to hold that belt.
Oh, I'm so clipping that out of context.
Garrett continues to hold the belt. Didn't expect that intro, did you?
Phenomenal.
So I am tasked with creating the game, and I will let you know it's the IMDb game, a spinoff of the very popular, widely successful. Everybody loves the cage match game, so why not make an IMDb Marvel piece for it?
Indeed.
So that's what we're gonna do. And
Hold it like this.
we have a champ advantage. So the champ advantage is we have 11, so we cannot tie. So we have 11 total movies we're going through. Each one, whoever's closest to the correct IMDb score gets a point, and the winner has the most points at the end. And
Price
the
is
champion
Right
advantage,
rules or no?
no. So you can be above but close, or below but closer. So
Cool.
championship advantage is you get to pick if you want to start or if you want to defer. It's going to go back and forth each time.
Okay. All right. Question. Do I get to know the movie before I decide whether I want to go first or second?
What do you think, Isaac? Do you think that's fair, or do you want to say no?
Probably. I mean, I suppose.
It's champion advantage.
So yes,
Yeah,
you're
because
signing
that's
off.
true. Because, yeah, what if the first one is like the easiest one in the world and you defer? It's not much of an
Right.
advantage.
Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, you said that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, there we
so
go.
you decide if you want to defer this movie or not. The first movie on my list is Avengers Endgame.
I will take this one first.
Okay, what's your guess? This is the start. This is the out of 10 scale. by the
This
way.
is IMDb.
IMDb out of 10 scale.
Okay.
So are we each only getting one movie, or is he like starting the guess first and then I'm guessing?
He's starting the guess first, so he gets to pick what he thinks it is first, and then you do, and whoever's closest gets the point.
Okay.
Kind of similar to cage match game.
This one's hard because you know that like if you're looking at a Rotten Tomatoes score, there's going to be a discrepancy between the critic score and the audience score. For that reason, I'm going to say 8.7.
8.7 for Garrett.
Yeah, because I think that the critics on this one are going to say that it is not a good standalone movie, and therefore will rank it lower.
Okay. All right. Now, Isaac, your counter.
That is my same thought process, in which I'm going 8.3.
Interesting.
8.3.
I do think that they went higher, though, because there's a lot of very earned moments even across the movie itself.
We shall see.
Indeed.
Okay, the grand
Because
reveal.
I agree more with your score, but, I'd push it higher even.
We're
but-
predicting.
The good reviewers over at IMDb gave this movie an 8.4.
Ah!
So that's an Isaac point. That's
I'm
an Isaac point for the
going
rating.
to lose this belt, aren't I? But I'm already the longest
Hey, you
reigning
never know.
DisplayShelf champion. So, what has it
That
been?
reign's coming
Has it-
to an end.
Has it been 4 weeks or 4 podcasts?
I think
It's
so.
longest rating for sure. It's been 4 podcasts.
It's
But yeah.
definitely longest, yeah.
It's been 4.
All right. Now, next movie up. Isaac gets the first guess here. The next movie is Guardians of the Galaxy. The first one, Volume 1.
Ooh, the first one. You know what? I'm gonna go a solid 8.8.
8.8 for Guardians 1. All right, Garrett, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking 9.
9. All right, 8.8 and 9. The answer,
Is 8.9.
8.0. 8.0.
Oh,
Whoa.
really?
No, I was thinking that was
Yeah.
way higher.
That's insane. Okay, so
These guys are tweaking.
the lesson that I have learned is that I gotta go.
I disagree.
Low. I gotta go. Low.
Yeah, I disagree with that rating, but I disagree. But,
As our tier list shows, we disagree heavily.
Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wow.
All right, Garrett gets the first guess on this next one. The next movie we have is Thor Ragnarok.
See,
That's another one where
I'm like, these are all the good ones. Is the problem? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, if you had followed that up with Thor Dark World, it's like, oh yeah, we'll drop that one down a little bit.
Yeah. And even
keep
then,
your
I don't
toes.
think it would go lower than 6. That being said, for Ragnarok, I don't know. I feel like the critics would like this one. Because it's fast-paced, witty sense of humor, all the action scenes are good. I gotta commit. 8.5. 8.7.
8.7.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Isaac, what's on your agenda? What's your guess?
I'm not gonna lie, 8.5 was also my guess, so that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna stick with.
8.5. Okay. Wait, so you both at 8.5 then?
I said
He said
8.7.
8.7.
8.7. Okay.
I feel like the critic. I feel like I remember the critics liking this one a little bit more.
So
I might be completely and entirely wrong.
that's going to be 3 points for Isaac. 7.9.
What?
7.9?
Yes.
Wow.
Who's
7.9.
is there
Who's
any
buying
way?
this?
Is there any way that you could tell us what the criteria is for IMDb? Like who's doing these rankings? Is there a review bomb component to this? Are the Snyder fans doing this to the Marvel movies? Like, what's going on here?
Oh, boo-hoo, your franchise got canceled.
Right. Are you standing too?
Am I standing? No.
Oh, okay.
I just have a long neck.
I cannot say for sure if there are review bombs, but it is user reviews, not expert reviews.
Interesting. Oh, and everybody's an expert. Anyway,
Let's go. You see our tier list?
Well, we are experts, of course.
We're experts here at the Display Shelf Podcast.
We know
we're
ball.
experts. We know
like and
ball.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe for more ball knowing.
Like and subscribe.
All right. Anyway, uh,
Enough
Okay.
clip farming.
I'm gonna have to go down. I'm gonna have to go down.
There's still plenty of time to come back. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, but I gotta rejig my strategy here.
I'm throwing a curveball. Okay, it's Isaac's first guess this time around. I'm throwing a curveball. We're going with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh.
Oh, going outside of the Infinity.
Yes, we are.
Ooh. This is an interesting one. This is a really interesting one.
Yeah, it is.
7-8.
7.8. Okay, Garrett, what do you think?
Yeah, I want to say 8.2. Like 8.2.
8.2. Okay.
8
I was thinking,
across the board.
I was thinking 8.2 as an 8.0 or something
No,
like that, but I was
no.
like, oh. Yes, you're saying.
8.2.
The answer is 7.5. So
Yeah.
that is Isaac point right there.
Okay, so I got to start like really going low. I thought that one was going to go high. I don't know why I thought that one was
No,
going to go
people
high.
don't like that movie because they're wrong.
And they're wrong.
It's,
I would have put it at 8.2. I think that's fair, but
I'm embracing
think-
my inner heel.
I think that the thing with that movie, it is an excellent. It is, I think, the best Deadpool movie. I see why people don't like it if you're just watching it by itself.
Yeah.
It's so meta that I don't think the average viewer
Yeah, it gets
might get
lost on some people.
Yeah.
That's because they're wrong. The audience, wrong. That kid in the stands, wrong. Only the Display Shelf Podcast knows ball.
Oh my.
true. That's true. All right,
We're on
Garrett,
number
your
five.
first
My
Yeah.
heel
guess.
now.
still.
Your first guess on this one. We have the Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You can't do this to me because I want to say that it's an 8, but it's not an 8. If Ragnarok's not an 8, this isn't an 8, is it?
Is it? That's the question.
7.7.
7.7.
Can't even
All right.
believe that I'm thinking that, but it's
All right, what do we think, Isaac?
Give me flat 9.
oh,
Flat 9.
I'm gambling.
It's a 7.7 and flat 9.
it's never good when he's going to the paper on the side. He's doing
I have
math.
to do some math on this one.
He's doing math. No,
actually.
it's not good. That means that it's like right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
8 point.
Insanity.
I heard 8.5.
No, it's not 8.5.
Oh,
I
But
was gonna say,
it's higher than that.
better not be. The suspense is killing me.
so you said 7.7, right?
I said 7.7, and he said 9.
So it's 8.4. So I think it's split down the middle, isn't it?
No, I have that by 1 point. Because
You
I'm a
do?
6 difference, he's a 7 difference.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
I'm pulling out my calculator here.
Pulling out the calc. That's calculator for short, chat.
Pulling out the
joining the stream.
calculator. Hang on. So,
We're just joining the stream. Calc is short for calculator. I'm just using slang, guys.
so 9. What's the actual score?
8.4.
8.4. Then I said
7.7.
7.7.
Oh.
Oh. Isaac
Till
does
math
take
wins
that one.
again.
Isaac takes that one by 0.1.
That's
a
wild.
close one. Close one.
That's insane. I'm not. I gotta win this
They're
next
wrong.
one.
They're wrong. How is that
They're wrong.
8-4?
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Which is wild to me because the majority of reactions that I see is that people bash Endgame
Yes.
and praise the ever-loving crap out of Infinity War.
Yep.
That's why I went so high. I was like, well, people love this movie.
Okay. Let's get back on
Anywho,
track,
Steve.
perhaps. We got one coming up.
Perchance.
I'll give you a hint. It's not 10. We got the Marvels.
The Marvels. Okay. Who's going first?
I think Garrett is, I'm pretty sure, on this one.
That's me on this
No,
one.
it's me.
No, it's
Okay.
you, Isaac.
Because
Sorry.
he went
You're right.
7-7 first.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yep.
With that
Good.
being said, give me a 6.2.
6.2. Okay, what do we got, Garrett?
Six 6.6.
Ooh.
I don't think that it breaches into 7, but it was a
Okay.
it was a fun movie to watch while playing a video game.
You're
Okay, so
playing
we got
Outlaws while you're watching that, right?
No, I think it was Minecraft. No, I
Yeah,
was
that
doing
was-
homework.
also fair.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
That's
back
not-
before I graduated. I was doing homework.
Okay. So
I
we got
still have yet to see
6.2
it.
from Isaac. 6.2.
It's
correct?
worth the
6.2 from Isaac,
watch, honestly.
and 6.6 from Garrett.
Supposedly it's supposed to be important, so I guess I have to watch it.
I think we may have a new champion coming up here, but it's not over yet. But we got a 5.5 for the Marvels.
Oh,
Wow.
I was wondering about that.
It definitely got review bombed.
It did. I will say that it did.
Yeah, that definitely got a review bomb. That's tough. That's very low.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was any of them were going to drop below 6.
No, I didn't think
But-
so.
Yeah, fair enough. What's the point score?
You got
You
6.
you have 6.
You have 1. Let's play the
You
rest.
want to
of
keep
the
going,
game
or
just for now? Yeah.
Absolutely, we got to play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
you want to keep going out? Okay.
Got to skunk them 11-0.
I was gonna say I gotta get some semblance. This can't be a squash match.
This match isn't over yet.
There's still time.
I got you for 3 minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes.
It's playtime. So we got So next for you, Garrett, we got good old Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh no!
Might have to regurgitate my last score from last game or last round.
If they gave Marvels a 5.5, I'm gonna say 5.5 on this one.
Okay.
5.5.
5.5. All right.
I'm gonna stand tall on 6.2, even though I should be lower than that.
He won, didn't
That's
he?
crazy. It's 6.1.
Wow.
Wow.
Because my thought is people hate the movie itself, but really enjoy.
Thor.
Why am I forgetting his name?
Taika.
Any Gore, the God Butcher scene,
Yeah, true.
and his performance, his being
Christian Bale.
that guy, yeah, Christian
Yeah.
Bale.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember his name for the life of me.
Okay. Next up
Okay.
for Isaac, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oof.
Big oof.
Let me get a 6.8 here, Hoss.
Okay, 6.8.
Here.
6.2. It's right down
It
the
is
middle.
7. It's 7.
7?
Yeah.
No.
You know what? Fair enough. However, in the context of Ragnarok being 7-9, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, that doesn't seem right to me. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I'm
We got
gobsmacked.
we got a curveball coming up for Garrett. We got Black Widow.
Oof. Been a lot of oofs recently.
I'm thinking to myself, how much weight does the opening title montage set to a slowed down Smells Like Teen Spirit really provide
Oh, I
to this
forgot
movie?
I was like, what are you talking about with the opening scene?
Yeah, do you remember
That
that?
just shows you how I do now, yeah, but I was like, it shows you how many times I've watched this movie.
I was gonna say I've seen this movie maybe once. I think I saw it once in the theater, and I remember leaning over to Griff and just being like, "Is that Nirvana?" Yes. Why? Great question.
Not my Taskmaster.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Taskmaster's bad in that movie, but the family dynamic is good.
The CGI is not.
The CGI is not. Six nine.
Nice.
Nice.
Not why, but
Okay. All right, 6.9. Isaac, what are we thinking?
6'5".
How does bro do it?
no way.
It is 6.6.
Wow.
One of these times he's gonna get it right on the money.
I've been so close 3 different
You win
times.
$1,000.
Sad.
$1,000.
Is that what's on the line?
No. That's
No.
Price is Right stuff. What is it? Is it $1,000 you can get on the money in Price is Right, or I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
don't remember.
Got me.
Yeah. I think of the one where it's like that one Family Guy clip where. Okay, seven. What was the last 780? What was the last bid? 780. Okay, 781. F you. That's my favorite clip ever. All right, next one up, we got Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Ooh. No harm. Probably because it's almost 1 in the morning on a Sunday night. But
I was gonna say I got work in the morning. We kind of got to button this up, boys.
We're almost done. We're almost
we're
done.
about there. Spider-Man No Way Home. 7-7.
7-7.
No
Okay,
Way
7.
Home.
7.
I feel like the Goblin carries a lot of this.
Goblin and the other Spider-Man, I think, probably really bolster it.
I'm gonna gamble here.
Gotcha game. Gotcha
7-9.
game. Gotcha game.
Garrett is on the board. It's 8.2.
I was gonna go 8.2.
I was
That's
wondering if,
disappointing.
because I feel like Willem Dafoe's performance in that movie, somebody's gonna look at and go, "Yeah,
We have no worlds to conquer.
Oscar tears."
Real.
Right. Last but certainly not least, we have Doctor Strange. Oh, I believe it's Garrett's turn, I believe.
Believe so. Doctor Strange, the first one.
The first one, 7 on the money.
eye.
Yeah, the first one, yes.
Yeah, 7.
7.6
7.
over here.
Interesting.
Should be higher.
7.5.
I was gonna go 7.5 too.
So 10-1. We have a new DisplayShelf Champion.
Let me just hold up my
I'll just
Randy Orton figure here,
there. I'm gonna hand this
because I
through
am the new legend killer.
I'm gonna hand this through the camera. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Power
We're gonna
of power of
pretend.
editing.
Gonna pretend that.
Hatsune Miku.
I'll
What?
surrender the belt to you later.
Sounds good.
Well,
It's about time. Ain't that refreshing?
Yeah.
well.
Thoughts? Was that a good game idea?
Yeah, that was a good game.
That is exactly what I was going to do had I been making this game. I was thinking about it at work,
Okay.
and when I texted you, I was like, "Hey, do you have a game?" And you're like, "Yep, just finishing it up." I was gonna be like, "Okay," because if you didn't, you could do like a cage match style Rotten Tomatoes for the Marvel movies. So that was perfect.
Well, that's perfect. That's actually kind of funny because I was like, I got a couple more movies I want to put in here, and to anyone who said that to me, that's kind of funny that we had the same thought. Perfect.
Great minds
Indeed.
think alike, you know.
Well,
Other than on Iron Man 3, but
I still think it's an okay movie. Well, anyway, so that brings us to the end of the Display Shelf podcast.
it does indeed.
We have talked about Marvel. We've talked about wrestling. We talked a little bit about the Emmys. The Pit won Best Outstanding Drama. I've been meaning to watch that one.
Heard good things.
Yeah.
Did anything new Emmy worthy come up?
Yeah, that was
now
pretty much it.
Okay.
Colbert won his right before they're getting ready to cancel him. So
okay.
that's kind of nice.
That's
Kind of
good for him.
funny. Kind of funny how that works.
Yeah. They had to do it to him.
I guess. But anyway.
I have an amendment for the I just thought we should name the bottom category on the tier maker to Steve Harvey Kill. Kill.
Kill.
Kill.
Gosh. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's 1:00 in the morning on a Sunday, so we should probably wrap this up. And you should wrap up the podcast by liking and subscribing.
Follow
and
the socials.
following our socials at
Display Shelf Pod on X/Twitter/ whatever you want to call it at this point, and at Display Shelf Podcast on Instagram, and then Display Shelf Podcast on Spotify and YouTube, depending on what you're watching on.
Indeed.
But yeah, like I said at the start, make sure you're paying attention to the socials now, because we're in our Reels era.
Are we?
I have
Potentially.
some Reels ideas that I'm going to make.
Actually, so do I.
There you
So
go. Exactly. So
maybe.
I think
Maybe.
I think you know what I'm going to do.
I definitely have at least 2 that I'm going to be making for sure. So
I have ideas.
there you go. Pay attention to the socials. Thanks for watching the podcast. We'll catch you in the next episode. And if you haven't gone back to watch episode 12, where we debuted our video podcast, please do that. Phenomenal podcast.
You should.
I
With that being said.
I swear on everything. I thought you were going to say episode. I was going to die laughing.
Oh yeah.
Well, you should go watch episode 2, because episode 2 is a phenomenal episode. But
That's pretty good. It's a little long.
Check
but,
the box.
yeah,
it's a late check mark on the box.
It's pretty
Late-
good.
We got
late
there.
check mark.
You want
Also-
another check mark? You
Do we
see
need one
what
more
shirt
check-
I'm wearing?
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna comment on it.
Alexa Bliss. Check the
I've
check.
got a Bliss
check,
shirt.
check.
We don't even have to be talking about any kind of wrestling. She's still
Oh,
getting
my.
brought up.
Oh
Check.
my.
And with that, we will see you later.
Goodbye.
Good evening. Good night.